damage. They even find the Splinter Blast as well. VT Faded's going to be able to get the Jingu stacks, and now with the Boundless Strike, secures the kill. First for VT Faded in this game. We'll also point out that I know we didn't have too long in the draft. Well, at least mainly because, you know, with that remake. But I actually don't mind the Monkey King versus the Puck. I think the coil is very annoying for Monkey to play into. But because this Puck has a high amount of mobility, and I'd say Monkey probably has a superior amount, especially once you get that level 15 talent. And I think any heroes that have a long range catch, the Boundless Strike, Ice Path, Fissure as well, they are all very, very good against the Puck, because this is a hero that, you know, you try and potentially like orb your scepter and then jaunt away afterwards, or you can get that massive distance between you and the enemy at a quick rate. But you know, this Boundless has a pretty big, you know, pretty long catch, so it is important to be able to deal with the Puck. But you know, again, you know, that is to say that the coil is very annoying for the Monkey King. So let's just see. Higher, roll forward. About gonna have Metamorphosis up in a couple of seconds here, so be careful how far they do go. But this is going to be a really good time for Mushi. Like, even though I think Terrorblade's still going to pretty much free farm, but Mushi's going to do the same. Maybe it's more important almost on the Terrorblade, just the fact that this is a hero that isn't... Oh, mid, Ben-Hur could be in trouble here. Roll forward, Jamesy will get stunned up, but now they're going to turn it. Beautifully done. A high with the rotation. Jamesy, whew, almost found that slave before he did end up falling there. They're going to be fine. Ben-Hur is even able to bottle up an Arcane Rune, so he's going to be back up to full HP after the Salve, and still has 3 bottle charges to be able to utilize here. So that's a big kill. Nice rotation from a higher. He's going to try and help out Bob, but this is exactly what I brought up. And now Mushi, he's even got a point in the Ghost Shroud early. Roll. Grims will get caught here. It's a lot of damage coming through early. They're going to have another ability in the Death Pulse. A higher will still fall, so it's a 1-for-1. Mushi's going to be able to get that regen as well from the kill. So first for the game for Mushi. Abat's going to find his first as well, but not done. Top lane, Van. Abilities on cooldown here, so he could be in trouble. Eris doesn't find a lucky shot proc at all, unfortunately, and Van should be able to join himself away. Right before the bounty rune timing, Radiant, they're actually going to be able to down 3 here, but Abat is going to pay the price here with the TP out. They don't have the pulse, so the damage won't be there. Terrorblade does TP all the way back to base. I believe he just picked up Tango, so didn't have any regen to be able to kind of TP to the lane and keep himself there. But Ben-Hur's even going to bottle up a higher, I thought. Nah, he'll go full there. But yeah, Radiant, they get 3 bounties. It is still a net worth lead, however, for Team CR at the moment. As we see, Ohio's impact across the map has been a part of 2 kills, 2 out of 3. You're still trying to see the rotations and how he's able to play. I'm surprised they didn't try and find a kill mid while Ben-Hur has this Arcane. Looks like he's still kind of playing around, seeing what he can get. But the question is on when Dire... I think Dire have a much faster paced lineup. Yeah, the Terrorblade's a hero that you want a couple more items, and you can really force him into the jungle early. Like, he's not the strongest laner. He's not easy to kill because of the armor, but he is very squishy at top lane. Pango will fall mid as well. That's the rotation from a higher. Ben-Hur's got a DD to be able to play around with. James, he chucks up the Laguna Blade. Will be able to find the kill on Earth Spirit before he does end up falling. It's going to be the second death for the Lina, and now her tier 1 tower mid's going to take a lot of damage here. Forced to pop the glyph. We're going to see Mushi will be their target though. Bat doesn't have the Metamorphosis here. They'll use the Swashbuckle to be able to get on top of the Inkswell stun. Mushi still has some one charges. He doesn't pop it in the Ghost Shroud. Mushi still should be fine. Maybe baiting here, holding onto the 1 charges to allow Radiant to continue the dive with the rotation from Ohio. Beautifully done from Mushi. Wow, that's a nice play. I was questioning holding on the 1 charges. Usually you just see they always get popped instantly with the Ghost Shroud. But he knew they didn't have any more stuns. They weren't going to be able to burst him down. So if they did continue and it got scary, he definitely would have been able to get the wand off. And the fact that he still kept that and was in a threshold where Radiant thought they could find the kill, forced them to dive. And it enabled the kill, and also VT faded. That's another for him. 2-1 at the moment. Like, Dire really have this lineup where they can just run over the game because we're not done. Jamesy kick won't make it up on the higher ground here. Splinter Blast slows him up. They're going to have another round of the slide. Third death on the Lina. They are just playing so incredibly well right now on Dire. Looks like Necro could be in trouble. As the pulse up, no more one charges. Might even pop the Tango. He's going to juke out. Nicely done, but it looks like a bat. Hot pursuit here is able to find the reflection. So with the slow, Mushi still another pulse. Ohio's going to be able to rotate forward as well. Needs to find the kick onto the Terrorblade. Will be able to dodge this. They cut down the trees as well. Will it? How about Mushi? It may have. Oh, that juke. Mushi. Oh, he's playing so well throughout this lane. And we're not even done mid Ben-Hur. Trouble. He doesn't have chains, but it's not going to matter. Oh my lord, CR running over this game. 4-9 kill count. They got a 2,000 net worth advantage. It's only 8 minutes into the game. They are playing so incredibly well. I am yet to see this team play, and boy oh boy, they're looking good. They are looking very, very good. And now, I mean, a bat's just gonna have to go jungle. So this is going to leave the bot lane pretty free for Dire to be able to take the tower. What is Monkey? He's going to go Echo as well. Okay. But Ahai is just going to chase, try and soak up some experience, see if he can scout out any movements as well. I mean, mid's about to fall. Like, bot's going to fall now that Terrorblade's not here. They might even be able to kill Jamesy again, though. And they've got this ward, so they see him. He's going to be careful. And her still doesn't have a point in the chains. Radiant, they don't have any heroes rotating. A TP finally coming at the last second here, but it's a bit too late. Maybe this is one thing that I didn't anticipate. Radiant don't have some... Oh, errors? Swashbuckle's up. Do they want to dive? Ben-Hur still... He's maxed out everything. No chains. Maybe this is one thing that I haven't actually pointed out. That Radiant don't have supports that are good at kind of... rotating. The Pango, like if someone gets dived, there's like Pango doesn't have a stun. You know, the Ink Swell's a little late. There's not much a Swashbuckle, so there's not much a Stroke of Fate's gonna do. And you see that this mid lane's just been completely free. Like Ahai's been able to make the movements here. Even though 3 deaths, it just doesn't matter. And are they gonna continue going? Roll forward a bat. Does have a level up in the Sunder here. Metamorphosis in 18 seconds. Ahai's gonna get blown up and outfaded on the higher ground. Is a 1-for-1 across the map. Looks like Dire, they should be able to get all these outposts here, and they're going to try and TP down. Ben-Hur's going to join them here. James is going to be trouble. Stuns on the mark. This Laguna Blade is on cooldown. Mushi's not an easy target to bring down, but the Scythe, he'll find the regen. So they're going to be pretty much back up to full, and there's still bounties left to claim as well. Roger already finds one. And there's a good old regen for Ben-Hur if he wants it. Oh, Lena's fast. Jamesy might just... Yep, I was going to say... I just deny it, but it just puts him in a tricky spot though. Now he's just dead. How many deaths is that? That's 5. Oh my lord. Dude, Ahio... Pango's got 5 deaths. Ahio's got 4 as well, but just the impact, and they're literally just running at Terrorblade. They know this hero needs a lot more items to really do anything across the map, and if you hinder the farm and slow it down, like you're taking a little bit of experience as well, and in the meantime, I mean, Wyvern's getting some experience. Roger's, you know, a decently high net worth as well. Like, Wyvern can really utilize this. One thing I will say, you know, we've had an action-packed game. Very action-packed. 18 kills, 11 minutes in. Team CR, they don't really have a way to take objectives. You know, Monkey King's not the greatest tower hitter until you really get items. You can always just drop Wukongs if you're in a situation where it's very difficult to go high ground. So you can just drop the ultimate, you know, hit the tower and then disengage. You always have that potential, which is nice on the Monkey. But yeah, like the Ember's not a tower hitter. The Necro, not a tower hitter. And he's even got the Radiance queued up. I mean, I don't mind it. I was going to say Radiance is a bit slow, but still, like, Faded's going to have this Echo Saber 11 minutes in. So he's still going to be able to play hyper aggressive. And Radiant, they're all reliant right now on the Terrorblade somehow being able to find the farm. But the issue is when you lose the map control, like, a Dire just completely defending their towers. Because the Necrophos, I mean, already has the mech. And this is a hero who really strong at defending towers, and Dire, they're bringing the Goon Squad over. Jamesy, roll forward, will get stunned up here. They've also got the Magnetize. You just can't turn around because the Blade Mail. Now Van, he might be in trouble as well with the cold drop that does halt any more aggression, but once this is over, Ben-Hur has a remnant to the face to be able to secure the kill there. Double for the Ember. 7-0 and 3. Now they're going to instantly TP down, but Dario just playing so fast, man. It's such nice gameplay to watch as Abat. Sunder's already out. He's in trouble here. He does have backup. Eris with the ultimate as well. VT faded. He's got a juke and jive. Will be able to do so successfully. Rog has the ultimate. He might just jock it out on one potentially, but on the backline, here comes Ben-Hur. Top to bottom. Also Curse onto 3. Taunts them up. VT faded's going to have to line up the boundless strike. They're also TPing in, but they're going to have to cancel that one. Wow. Look at that. Oh, the team chat GGs are dropped. You know this is rough, man. CR are just playing so goddamn fast. Like this is a treat to watch. 18 kills, 13 minutes into the game. That TP to the bottom outpost. And that's the curse that we were talking about in the draft. You know, the boundless strike, it's a very like narrow ability, but it's got a long range, so you are able to line it up and find a couple of heroes here, and even if you don't pop that Wukongs for it. And Roach is still incredibly fun. I mean, look at the Puck's net worth at the moment. You know, they're positioned for Wyverns ahead. And they're even just protecting the wards as well. Grims is dead. Oh boy, it's a massacre. It's a goddamn massacre. There's not much else to say about it. Cignal Ultra, they're going to lose their towers and they're going to lose any hope of this game potentially. Terrorblade might just have to go like Yasha BKB, but they won't have... Oh no. How do they kill anyone? What's the probability? Oh shit. 98%. Oof. Oof, just a yikes. I mean, you do see that they just don't take any objectives, but it doesn't even matter, man. Like, they'll get them eventually. Yeah, I really like that. I really like that. You know, we can talk about Dire as much as possible just because it's so much easier when the team's ahead. But yeah, he had the radiance queued up. It's good to be able to deal with the illusions, but you need some way to take objectives. The Desolator is going to enable that. The minus armor, really important in that regard. And it's an item you can still utilize early as well, but Radiant just have to bait a hero now, and you see that's what they're trying to do. You know, they've got meta, but it's still not even maxed out at the moment. So that extra little damage advantage, even the duration, the 4 seconds can be important. 5-minute interval. Radiant, they're gonna smoke up Ben-Hur. He sees Grims. Can they get the coil? How about be successful? And but coil's gonna pop instantly now on the backline. Do they have the damage? The Brace is gonna come out, but still with the haste, it's hard to chase. They're gonna even drop the Wukongs as well. Eris stun. Soulbind's gonna latch them both up as well. They're gonna be careful here. They actually might hinder the Ember Spirit. This is a big kill if they can bring him down. Silence, he needs to take it away. The Phantom Brace will be able to secure the kill. Die. They lose 2. Radiant. Very nice fight for them. VT faded. Looks like he's found Eris though. Jingu stacks are going to be there. Boundless is on Kud. And Swashbuckle's up as well, but he does not get a lot of distance. Nice lucky shot, but it won't matter. If the Ember doesn't get Soulbind with the Monkey, they probably just all die there on Cignal, but they find a couple of kills. A really good fight, but they might end up losing Lena as well here. They're running bot. Sorry, apologies. Very nicely done from VT Faded.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
10,000 net worth lead on Dire. You see, they're just continuing to set up. Like, Roger's just pressuring the TB. Where can he farm right now? They've got a ward on the triangle camp. They've got a ward behind the T2 tower. They've got a ward in the jungle, scouting out the movements to be able to farm, you know, the vicinity and kind of the lane as well. Dire just have such aggressive vision. And the map is just slowly shrinking ever so goddamn slow. Hood's now picked up. I'm trying to see what Radiant can do to be able to win this. They do still have like decent ways to burst. Even though it's going to be hard on Mushi because he's got Greaves and Hood. But you've got a decent amount of magic damage. But Lena still doesn't have the abilities maxed out. Puck's only level 8 at the moment. Like, you take a look, man. What's the... Yeah... The net worth is important, but I think the experience is really tells a tale. Like, that you get a lot of your damage from depending on how high of a level your abilities are. And Radiant, they're just super low at the moment. So there's not much they can actually do to be able to kind of prevent anything, and they just kind of have to take a fight whenever Metamorphosis is available. But the big issue is it's got a pretty big cooldown in mid lane now. Lina does have some backup. Grims is there, but it's still going to end up falling. Even Van drops the coil. Eris TP's forward. We'll be able to get the swashbuckle to disengage. Been up with the balance. Holds in one. They're even going to get the roll forward to find the stun. Looks soulbind. We're not going to keep Eris alive, though, as the Magnetize does end up ticking him out. Going to be 3 dead on Cignal Ultra. Again, you see, though, they aren't taking objectives. Radiant are... This is how Radiant have to play the game. And pray to God this game goes 50 minutes and Terrorblade is like a beastly man. Cut the wave with the illusions, Puck as well. And it's going to get to the stage where it's going to be pretty much impossible, because as soon as Monkey King hits that 15 talent, your catch is just so far superior. The Wyvern as well. I mean, if Wyvern goes blink, you're going to have really good catch, being able to fly through the tree line, the Earth Spirit, the Ember. So even though Radiant, they have to do the split push game, but it's going to be so difficult. You see the Terrorblade has to just send the illusion super deep. That's the only hope they have at the moment. But now with the Desolator picked up, so Monkey King has a little bit better ways to take objectives, and now they're going to be able to find a bat. Ohio should see that there's no neutrals, but he's still hunting. He's actually, yeah, he's going to run into a bat here. Needs to hold the stun for the TPs. That's the important thing. Here comes one. If he uses it too early, then Terrorblade's just going to be able to TP out. Still hunting, he's able to find the vision. There goes a bat with the attempt, but Ohio should be able to stun him up. Beautifully done. Heads up play from him. The bat's in trouble. Nothing he can do. And now mid lane as well. Radiant, they might try and push up. They still have the tier 1 tower to be able to TP to, but the Embrace is going to be able to stop the cold. And looks like Wyvern's in trouble here, and he will end up falling. A 1-for-1 across the map, but Cignal Ultra, they pushed up too far, man. Woo! Far. Oh, it's a massacre. Godlike streak now for VT Faded. I just saw that there's double embrace this game. Phantom's Embrace and a Cold Embrace, so I'm going to have to say the full name. That kind of messed me up, that fight, but I mean, it's a 14,000 net worth lead. Yeah, that was really the only hope that Radiant have. Somehow the Terrorblade is just... I think they might hold out until TB gets BKB, and they'll take one last fight, and if they don't win it with that BKB, then they'll just probably call it. But at the moment, it's looking grim. This is a grim game 1 for us here, lads. But, we still got a lot of games left. And who knows, might potentially be cast as cursed. I don't know if I should knock on wood or not. Because if I knock on wood, then it gets rid of the cast as cursed. But if I don't knock on wood, then it could mean Cignal Ultra come back. And then we could have a pretty poggy game. But they're going to be able to take Roche. They got a DD. It's the 10-minute interval as well. So Dire, they claim all the outposts and the full map control to be able to get all the bounties. Who takes it? Faded or Ben-Hur? Faded. Okay. I guess he's the one hitting high ground. Silly question. Maelstrom picked up on Ember. Faded's almost got a BKB. I wonder if they wait till he gets BKB. They actually smoke up instantly. Mushi just bait him mid. They protecting the catapult. They might, yeah, they might go with the catapult actually, because that BKB is still going to take a while until it does come out. But here we go, Radiant. I mean, how close is Terrorblade? Yeah, he's almost got enough gold actually, but Dire, they're forcing them back. Mushi will pop the Greaves here. If it's a minimal thing, I mean, it is on cooldown for 40 seconds now, so we'll see if they have any impact, but they're going to try and trade the tier 1 tower. Does he have enough? All right, so he's got enough for the recipe. This is it. This is literally their only attempt in a higher. He's going to try and cancel a TP. As soon as a higher shows down bot, Dive might have to back off here, because this could be a little bit of an opening for Radiant, but you still see how difficult it is for them to go in. And Ahaya's just trying to break the TP. We'll find the stun. Dire mid lane though. BKB popped the bat straight on top of the Monkey King coil as well. Beautifully placed. Tip of the curse. The bat. So being able to deal out the right clicks here. Monkey's going to be able to lose the ages, but you can't kill Mushi. Sunder's going to come through, but now with the second line of Radiant, do you still want to commit to the fight? That's the question. Mookie is going to be able to get the ultimate offside. Secures the kill. He does not have a buyback. Lina will be able to rejoin the fight here, but I don't think it's going to end up mattering. Soul Bind at the last second. Ohio's going to be able to rejoin them. James is chased down, still has the Yules, gets it off at the last second here, but with the kick set up, Mushi somehow stayed alive throughout that fight, and the G's are dropped. Team CR absolutely whomp on Cignal Ultra. They just, whoa, that's a statement and a half. God damn, that is a statement and a half. A 22-minute victory. They try and take the fight with the BKB. It just does not go their way.
Trying to take advantage of it somehow. They're waiting there on the high ground. They'll immediately burst through the Aphotic Shield. No-Tail is trying to run. The Smash is after him. Trying to take advantage of it somehow. They're waiting there on the high ground. They'll immediately burst through the Aphotic Shield. No-Tail is trying to run. The Smash is after him. No-Tail's got the backup of Anna. Mind Control's going to head in. Liquid, they're diving on forward. GH will be kept safe by the Heavenly Grace. Kuro may have done a little tip by this time. Will be surrounded. The four of them take down Kuro. Put an end to his reign across the map. As OG responding in their numbers now in that middle lane. They won't let Liquid get away with this any longer.
They still, OG has a very strong way to fight, even in the early game. Even if they do have a greedy IO pick, it's what it provides you, especially when you have a Gyro. Gyro is all about that early fights. Same thing with Tiny. And even Timbersaw, but Seb right now, we know he doesn't really want to show up except for the tower defenses. And he's also going to be matching that Chen, who's going to be an early mech. It's actually going to be a mech Timbersaw since they have IO. So this amount of sustain that could come out from OG pretty soon is going to be pretty hard for Liquid to deal with this. Seb, he actually jumps forward for GH.
It goes deep. We are going to turn with the focus fire. Seb, of course, has got the max reactive armor. Thanks to that, Shackle won't latch. Seb, continue to back off. Chains out, back over the river. He's fine. Liquid will try and turn their attention towards Thompson, but with no tail by his side, they cannot dive up to the high ground. Seb holding them back.
5 Liquid heroes in the mid lane. Trying to brawl again at the same time as last game. It's 13 minutes in, and there's 9 heroes or 8 heroes positioned around this area. They want to go for no tail, but he's got ulti.
Miracle's going to continue to chase this under the Titu, and they will get it. Seb is trying to turn. The missile is out on Akura. Does Seb have the burst? Not quite. Magnetizes out, and Seb has to retreat. Shackle does latch. Liquid. They've got the lockdown. They've got the roll for the kickback. They'll crush him. Liquid. They're diving again.
They want top.
They got a bit of a flavor of how OG was playing in these last 2 games, and they're saying we could do it too. Thompson push the cooldown. They won't go too crazy. They'll let him live. They don't want to dive up towards the tier 3. They know TPs are coming in.
They have to make sure they're hitting the tower because the side lanes are being split pushed. Ana as well as Jerax are actually pressuring these other 2 towers. And they're not even going to get this one here. It's down into deny range. OG might be able to deny that mid tower if they choose to do so. Liquid with an overzealous dive there, not losing anybody, but the side lanes giving a lot to that Tiny as well as that IO. And we know the timing, it's all about just waiting for IO to get not only Aghanims, but get that level 15 talent. That's what OG wants.
He's diving in. Onto Kuro with the flak as well. Hand of God will not keep Chen alive today.
GH will not get TP'd out. Jerax actually TP's in and gets the toss up at the exact timing.
And OG's actually not done, as they are still hunting for action. Miracle the focus. Thompson's got a DD. A power shot does come out. Lands on Thompson.
A bit too aggressive there, but Thompson will throw down the call down just to clear the
Well, the Shackle actually reaches across the trees, but no tail. He's there with a shield. Thompson goes with the TP out. The focus fire to the damage. It's not enough.
Right.
Thompson saved. A spray on the way out. Thompson will escape. Liquid, that's 9-6 in their favor, but the net worth difference, it's pretty much even. As you say, sure, Liquid, they are bringing the aggression, finding the kills, but space is being given to those important members of OG.
Yeah, especially Ana. Halfway to that Aghanims already. Level 11 finished up. He's got the Spirit supplied slow, so he can fight as soon as he has that Aghanims, of course, with the talent, but the big one is that 15, that extra Spirit hero damage that does come out. But yeah, look at this immediately. Seb now positioned up top. He wants to push the top tower as soon as Liquid is positioned in mid. And Jerax already looking to set up down toward the bottom lane. Liquid have to just get these towers. Have to get some type of map advantage here.
Once Ana has the Aghanims, things are going to start getting very tricky for Liquid when they turn up like this.
Yeah.
The spirits will be out.
Yeah, and they have Bristle. That's a good thing, right? Bristle can be good versus the IO. If you can get on top of him, the goo. You don't have the highest armor traditionally on the IO, but he's versus an actual counter. Timbersaw, very good versus Bristle back at all stages.
Are fortified.
It's just that farm game, OG.
They've got mind control. Looking towards Seb up top, but it's hard really for these heroes without the shackle shot or GH getting a beautiful angle. It's very hard for them to kill Seb.
It's very hard for them to kill pretty much anybody if they don't have Weehawk. If they can catch some of the supports and running around by themselves, they can maybe pick them off, but they really need Weehawk for the damage. The rest of them do not really provide that at this point in the game versus what they're against. Magnetize can be good, but there's a lot of ways that they can deal with it. Not only with the tankiness of how they are, but also there's an Abaddon who can just remove it a lot of the times.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Seb, he could just get away with this, pushing this wave into the tier 2 every single time, knowing that sure, if Liquid do come for him, it's going to be so many of their resources that it's probably going to be worth it for OG to have Seb positioned that aggressively and for him to draw that much attention towards him. Thompson's getting space, Ana's getting space.
Look at that build by Thompson. Diffusal Gyrocopter.
Wait, what?
Diffusal. Gyrocopter, I just said it.
The series 2-0 And that would guarantee them their first victory for the Cyber.bet Cup Spring Series. Looking to try and get on the board here. Cignal Ultra, let's see what they're going to be able to do in this second draft. See if they can go for more of a potentially like active draft. I don't know. I was thinking about the... I didn't even hate the draft from Cignal Ultra. Like, it's very much them. They're huge fans of the park. They really like the leaner. I don't think the draft was bad. I think CR just heavily executed. The last pick, they were kind of forced into like a funnel on what was available to deal with the Necro and not have to worry about getting ganked. I think we might on it. I don't know. I'm tossing and turning on if the Earth Spirit gets banned out, because a higher, I have not seen a higher in a while, and he played incredible game one. Like, those rotations from the Earth Spirit, being able to kind of secure the lanes, really was like a shining spot for me. And also Musi on that Necro, he really outperformed how I thought he was going to be able to play that Necro. Yeah, even though it was a very good lane, that hero, you really need to know the limits. And that one play with the wand, I thought was really cute. But regardless, that is the last game. We've got this draft now underway. See what little tricks we have in the bag. I don't know why Dota Buff isn't coming up with the draft. What's going on here? Usually I game one's draft so I can see what the difference is, and I'm trying to do that now and go working.
10 seconds.
Oh well, because I like seeing where the picks and bans are, but I can't do that. Oh well, doesn't matter. So what do we got here? CR they got first picks in Cignal Ultra, have last pick. So again, and they are as well Radiant. So it looks like it's identical. I'm almost certain. With how this is going to end up faring in the draft. So very excited to actually see. I like the Ember ban. I think they really shined on that Ember, and they're actually going to pick up the Grimstroke here. Wait, who had last pick? I can't even remember who had last pick. I'm not going to try and remember. But, CR. Alright. So they'll take it away from Cignal Ultra, but it does now allow them to go for the Mars, potentially the Mars Phoenix combo that we're seeing time and time again. Mars has gotten nerfed a little bit, but we are still seeing the hero have some play time, and teams are flexing it a lot more. I've seen Vici Gaming for, I think, the ODA Dota Pit. I believe it, yeah, that tournament. They kept picking the Mars for years. They kept playing as it a 1. I've seen some teams try and flex him on the support. Still seen some teams just still try and play him as a 3. So after the change, doesn't look like too much as, you know, he still has that massive amount of flexibility there from the Mars, which is really important. And PL is going to get picked up.
Radiant team ban. So
this is a hero that, it's nice because you're able to get out of the arena very easily, and Mars doesn't really do too well with illusions. I think God's Rebuke's actually decent if you do go damage wise, because you've got the crit, and if you go Ags as well, you can just constantly deal with the illusions. But it's not the worst. They actually, like, Rubik as well is kind of decent. Grimstroke's abilities is nice to steal.
5 seconds remaining.
But going up for this Phantom Lancer early might leave them vulnerable. You see the Leshrak's going to get banned out. Usually with the PL that gets picked up, you want to try and ban the Lesh and the Timber. Timber already got banned from Cignal Ultra, so PL is going to be able to protect it just with this one ban here. So we'll see what Cignal are going to be able to draft to kind of deal with it, because it's a very early Phantom Lancer, so we'll see how it's going to end up faring. I'm still trying to think of the draft from last game when they actually picked their core. I know it was pretty early on. The Ember got first phase, if I remember correctly. But regardless, it's, yeah, no point trying to remember now. What do they want to try and protect here? It's nice as well. What I highlighted last game, the Terrorblade and Grimstroke, like, you're just not a very good laning combo. Like, Grimstroke really wants to be aggressive with Stroke of Fate and Inkswell, and Terrorblade can be aggressive with your Metamorphoses, but, like, they just don't work well together. It's so hard to... It's like, yes, they can be both aggressive heroes, but there's no synergy between them because Terrorblade doesn't have a way to get on top of the enemy team and get that Inkswell stun, and Grimstroke doesn't want to run and do it himself because of how squishy he is. So Terrorblade's very good with supports that have a stun, because then you pop meta, the enemy laners get stunned, and then you absolutely just womp on them with the bonus damage. That's why we see a lot of Tuskars. One, the tag team is kind of broken with the Terrorblade. I don't want to say broken because it's not really, and I don't really like using that word in, too loosely, but they're using a lot of their reserve time. They banned the Necro. Do they go back for the Terrorblade? The Reflection's really good to deal with the illusions, but that's it. I wonder if they're just respecting Mushi, or if they do feel that the Necro really hindered the Terrorblade's time. But to drag back on the Grimstroke topic, it's completely different now. Phantom Lancer has this built-in mobility mechanic in the Phantom Rush, so you can give him the Inkswell, then he can move forward. It's really nice to find this setup. But Cignal also do have a very, very strong offlane. Rubik, probably one of the strongest position 4s. Mars as well is not easy to kill. Wow, Disruptor. That's interesting versus PL. Because PL can get rid of the Thunderstrike. Disruptor doesn't deal with the illusions. I think Cignal Ultra have to play very aggro with this Disruptor. It's a hero that is not good when the enemy team are running you, because the Glimpse is very strong for pickoffs. Very, very strong at pickoffs. You want to drag them back when they're out of position and utilize the vision. Right now, Cignal Ultra don't have any vision heroes. TA always comes to mind. Beastmaster for more examples. But they can't beast because unless they force the Mars on like a 1 and then beast 3, but beast versus PL feels kind of meh. So usually when I see Disruptor, I instantly think of a couple of vision heroes that they can play around with. And CR, yeah, they go back for the Earth Spirit. I thought it was going to get banned out because of how well Ohio played it. They leave it in the pool. Ohio's going to pick it up. Disruptor's very bad at any TP rotations. Rubik's better. Like, Rubik's going to be able to kind of keep your mid laner alive. Strife is kind of going fast, actually. Probably has to go Radiance this game. Both PL and Spectre don't come online too fast. PL is probably a little faster. There's some decent vision as well in the Haunt.
10 seconds remaining.
So they've got a lot of like kind of chase potential on Cignal Ultra. And they ban the Conquer, okay. It's just that 9th pick mid lane hero who has a crap load, like not a lot of counters, and it's also someone who can really utilize the Earth Spirit rotation. Cignal Ultra have to be careful that they don't go for a hero that's kind of squishy and easy to kill. Like probably Conquer and DK would have been the best for them. Of course they are banned out though, so now it's really going to hinder who they can draft, because yeah, the Lina, you're just too squishy, and if Earth Spirit gets on top of you, you're just dead. It is better because you have a Rubik who that can then TP in, whereas last game you didn't really have any support. But at the moment, I actually don't mind Cignal Ultra's draft. Spectre can be very hit or miss, but your PL is going to kind of slow the game down. Still can kind of, Diffusal Blade, you can ramp it up a little bit, but it's definitely not his like strongest power spike. I do think if this game goes late, I actually am not sure how Spectre fares versus PL. Like, if I just think of it in an aspect where Spectre doesn't have like any AoE, I feels like PL is going to be fine. So if they can't deal with the illusions, but CR's damage might kind of fall off, and they need someone to pair it with the Soul Bind. But they're going to pick a Void Spirit here, so someone who can really ramp the pressure. And like I said, Disruptor doesn't like heroes getting on top of you. Void Spirit's very good at that. Can you TA? I'm trying to think of any other mid lane heroes with vision. I think TA is the only, isn't it? The traps. I can't think of any others. But usually, well, what do they need? Let's see. They need a playmaker. Rubik and Mars can make plays, but you really want to keep the pressure going.
You may now select your heroes.
Oh, it could be a mid Rubik actually. I keep forgetting. Cignal Ultra yeah, it's a mid Rubik. Oh no, it's Mars. What am I saying? As soon as I saw that, I got so excited. Cignal Ultra really, Jamesy loves Rubik playing mid. I got so excited for that, goddamn. I wouldn't have fit anyway. I don't know why I thought about the Rurik first before the Mars. Legion can deal with the illusions relatively well. So this makes me feel like they think they don't have ways to be able to deal with the PL. Which I guess I'd agree with, but remember how I brought up earlier, I think Mars is okay. Like you can, if you get a decent amount of damage items, like I think Deso Ags, and you just have smash the gods rebuke out constantly. And PL's illusions won't actually last too long. So they could have a relatively good game here from Cignal Ultra. But let's see. They I haven't seen Mars mid a whole lot, so I'm intrigued on what the item build's gonna be. Like Mars just has such like a flexible item build, which is so important for the hero. Like if he wants to go the damage, I guess Legion can get that sustain. But I think it'll just be the natural dual lane. Cignal's safe lane looks kind of weak. Disrupt the Spectre. You can probably spam out a lot with the dagger and the Thunderstrike. All right, here we go. I'm excited for this. I think this is a lot more. Like I don't see a way where either team can kind of end the game really early, which is the one thing. Where last game there kind of was that potential for Team CR. That at the moment here. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2. CR looking to find their first victory for the Cyber.bet. Cignal Ultra going to try and force out a game 3 as we are underway. Never mind, quick pause coming out. So it would be the Mars mid. That's going to be fascinating to watch. Actually, Benher might be able to pop off this game because the only instant stun they have is telekinesis. How does Dissimulate work with Glimpse actually? I don't know. Fades into the Aether. I think it actually might be the same as like the Slight and the Phase Shift, where you might be able to dodge the Glimpse. I haven't seen Disrupt in a long time, and I haven't seen it versus the Void Spirit actually. So that I'll try and look out for that mechanic, but I think because Fade into the Aether makes me feel like you go into that invulnerable state. So I think you actually might be able to dodge Glimpse, which is really nice with the Simulate. I'll try and keep attention to that. We'll see as the game goes on, of course. But yeah, I haven't seen Disruptor in a really long time. It does have 2 mangoes. And they have, again, this mid lane hero now who is very hard to gank. Like the Mars, a lot more tankier than what the Lina is. So I wonder if Ohio's rotations are going to feel a little bit more lackluster. They do have a Grimstroke with the Earth Spirit though. This is that combo that we saw kind of when Grimstroke got implemented into Dota. It's a very, very potent combo. So we'll see if they I imagine Ohio is probably going to pick up roll here to start, but this is going to be a good game. I still think Void Spirit might be able to pop off as Mushi's going to try and wrap around. Ohio will lead. Finds a kick onto 2. They're going to straight away find Grims here. This is an easy first blood. Who do they give it to? Will Mushi take it? I imagine he will. Oh, the Verifier. Please get the kill. You got so greedy. All right, they dropped the ward for it. Should reveal there's a ward placed there because Mushi right-clicked from that angle and he kind of died here. Well, it looks like the blood's there. So I think he would have been in fog. Let's see if he comes back with the sentry. I hope he does. Let's see if he makes that read. I mean, we have that advantage of the read because of kind of we can... Well, one, we see the ward got dropped, but it's very like hit or miss. Like that was almost like a second and he would have been fine. Did he? No, he bought 2 clarities as well. Okay, he's literally just gonna spam. I thought he might come with a Bassi just because even Spectre can spam, but a Bat's gonna go for the Necros this game. This is interesting. We don't really see the Necros on Spectre anymore. Because his mana pool is very, very bad, and it seems like any strength heroes now just don't go for the Necros. I think Beastmaster is one of the few beast in Lycan, I will say, so I guess I take that away. But, you know, we were really seeing Necros a lot more on pretty much everyone, for that matter, as Mushi's going to drop here. And so Radiant do have a lot of spam, and you see Ohio, he's going to end up falling as well. This is very nicely done from Radiant. Double kill for Grims. 430 gold, you love to see it. And this is why I thought maybe the Bassi, because they literally just spam Dagger, they'll literally just spam Thunderstrike. But he could also go for something like a headdress, potentially, but... Huh. PL versus Legion in the lane's kind of iffy too. I think Cignal Ultra actually, we'll see how this does end up failing. Mushi's just dead again. I mean, if the Dazzle keeps constantly dying, your game just feels so awful. They cut down the trees, already popped the one charges. Yeah, Mushi's gonna fall. It's a killing spree for the Disruptor. The one issue is that you definitely know Disruptor's gonna end up dying, so that spree will get taken away from him. But this is gonna really be important for Ben-Hur to make movements across the map. As very nicely done from Jamesy. Spears away the Void Spirit, so he was able to deny the range creep. Of course, it is 50 experience now given over instead, but we have a higher level 2. We'll see if this hero is going to make any rotations, but I mean, the issue is that Dazzle just TP'd down bot, and now top lane, they find the kill on Van. That's really big, Eris. Body blocked up by Rudge, so it looks like Faded will be able to stay alive there. They force out a lot though. Like Faded's, oh okay, never mind. He gets more regen, Ring of Tarask as well. It's a really big regen lane. He's got 10 at the moment, so we'll see how he's going to end up faring. But it's going to be quite the regen battle on all the lanes at the moment here. But mid 16-2 compared to the 10-0. Both heroes have a relatively good way of being able to secure CS. I say the level 6, I think, yeah, Ben-Hur, I like to simulate pickup, just being able to dodge the spear. It's very, very important. The spear has this cast animation, so it's going to be super easy to be able to recognize. And it's also going to be able to give you a way to kind of get out of the arena. If Jamesy does have this level advantage on you, so you don't kind of, you know, if he hits 6 before you do, then if you go for like a 203 build or 302, then you're in a bit of a tricky spot there. So I'm still waiting to see. Maybe Ohio doesn't. I guess if Ohio leaves bot, then Mushi just can't lane. And I wonder if they can even kill mid though, because this is a much tankier hero than what the laner was. Grims is going to be really careful. Mushi, once he picks up another level here, they might go, especially if they get the creep equilibrium in their favor. It's just a range creep, but anything you can get is better than nothing. Oh no. Oh, it's top. It's a regen as well. Oh, regen 4 minutes, and yeah, Grims will fall there. Sorry, we're seeing the battle mid. You hate to see that, man. A regen at the 4-minute mark. It now just helps out that lane so much. I mean, Mars is already really far ahead, actually. 27 last hits. They've got equal damage at the moment, but I guess Mars has a better way to secure because Spear and God's Rebuke, whereas Void Spirit only has Resonant Pulse. You can also harass a lot easier as well with the abilities, but that regen battle, yeah, they're gonna end up. Ben-Hur might be in trouble here. Pops a Self, doesn't get full effect out of it, I guess. But Mushi's level 3, Ohio is 4 at the moment. Mushi could be dead here, actually. Ohio's going to try and put pressure on the support. They might turn on a bat. He steps over the mark here on top of the creep wave as well, so it's a big heal bomb. The wall will get dropped to bat. One more right click might be enough. He pops the one charges. So Grim's going to be able to get the bounty. Looks like in the meantime, Radiant get double up top as well. So it's going to be 3 bounties for Radiant. What's going on with the creeps here, brother? Drag them a long way away. We haven't seen top too much. VT faded, 25 last hits. Van 27 and 3. Looks like Van's having a very good time. That early death from him, but still will be able to last hit really, really efficiently. Nothing really they can kind of pressure out. Looks like VT faded's really just going to try and sustain the lane. And I imagine once he hits 6, he's going to be out of that as fast as possible. They do have the Earth Spirit rotating. What level did he went to? Yeah, he's gone 2 points. And both mid laners do have that level 6 as well. So I'm trying to work out if we might see rotation from either of them. Spear. Won't connect. Once again, it's down bot. Ben-Hur should be able to get this. It's also a DD. He might pay the price, though, because Jamesy could pop up the wall. Simulates out. Jamesy doesn't have spear, though. Ben-Hur? Gotta be careful. Spear's available. Ben-Hur actually might end up dying here. Bottle charge is gonna get popped. He could turn, definitely. He comes to rotation. Yeah, Jamesy, he's overstepped the mark. They got an actual step. Spear will connect, rolls off, but they find the slow. Radiant, no TPs. Jamesy, he's under pressure here. Pops the one, but it won't matter. Ben-Hur finds the kill. Beautifully done. It does leave bot now free, so they should pressure out Mushi straight away. Chuck out a dagger. You chuck out the thunder strike. Mushi? The hire is coming. He's got the heal bomb as well. We'll get a decent chunk back, but now with the roll, Grims not going to get stunned up here. The silence is on 2, but the kick. They will trade a 1-for-1. Mushi actually finds that kill there, even after the death, thanks to the poison that was continuously going from the right clicks. But that's the 3rd death now for Mushi. I'm still actually really surprised the Bat's going for the Necros. I think you have very big issues with your mana pool because of the increased amount. It's up to, I don't even remember what they changed it to. Strength reduced, mana cost from 150. Yep, okay. Which is a lot. I mean, you already see how bad his mana pool is at the moment. We'll see how it does end up faring. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think you can go Necro Soul Ring. Let's see. I'm intrigued on the item build to see how it does end up working there. But Dyer, they've found a couple of kills. Gonna be able to try and even this up here. VT Faded does have the 6. Ceres taking a lot of damage here. Van trying to secure his own kill as well with Inkswell and the illusion. James is going to force a rotation here. Stroke of Fate doesn't secure it. And now with the ultimate drop from the Mars. A nice rotation for him. We'll be able to find his first kill of the game. Serena does get dropped here. And I imagine PL just jungles. But can James actually find a kill? VT Faded. Oh. That was lucky. Whew. He was in trouble there. But this tower's going to take a decent chunk of damage. Ben-Hur's got another creep wave coming as well. So this is really nicely done, actually. It's going to be down to about... well, it's half at the moment, pretty much. And it looks like both mid lane is going to make a lot more movements across the map. Like, the Void Spirit's not really a hero who puts pressure on towers. Neither is the Mars, but... And both carries just want to farm jungle. Like, a Bat has the Necros to be able to flash farm. Phantom Lancer with the ultimate now picked up as well. So it's really going to give them an opportunity. But the good thing is that a Hire can just constantly hunt down a Bat. Like, even if a Hire doesn't stop the Spectre from finding farm... like, it's more just annoying him. Like, you maybe soaking some experience, maybe taking a last hit here and there. And the important thing is just the vision that you're getting. And Jamesy, yeah, both mid laners are just going to try and look to clear mid and then make a rotation. But the ward top, a Bat will be fine here. They should know there's a ward up there as soon as he disengaged. Yeah, they don't get that one. Does he have another sentry? He does not. But now it's going to leave the side lanes free for both teams to be able to push. The good thing is that Dyer have support who's better at kind of shoving up the lane. Grimstroke also maxed out... Wait, deny it? What? Grimstroke also maxed out the Stroke of Fate, which is important. And Grims, he's even got 2 points Thunder Strike, but it's not going to matter too much. VT Faded, Grims will drop the ultimate maybe to start here. Looks like PL, he's in trouble town. Nice TP rotation from Jamesy. Double ultimates dropped here. Does you see full mana now gone after that as well. So Faded trying to get something across the map. It will be double? No, Radiant do get that outpost. So it will be 1-for-1 in the outpost. It's going to be 2-for-2 in the bounty department as well. But Van's got ulti and Roger's in trouble. Doesn't have the movement speed to be able to disengage. Stun. Won't matter here. They should still be able to secure the kill. Won't get the dual victory, unfortunately. So, Roach does exactly what he should do there. Sacrifices his life almost. And now Magnetize beautifully placed from a Hire here. James is in trouble. He stayed around for way too long at this bottom lane here. And Mushi, he's going to get a little bit of revenge down at this side of the map. Oof. Man, that God's Rebuke. It hits hard. He's already got it maxed out as well. So they'll find the tier 1. But this is really important. This is really important, guys. I can't put enough emphasis on this. For the team that finds the tier 1 tower first, you can now either defend this, completely defend it, because Radiant haven't put any pressure onto this at the moment, or instead you can say, frick it, we'll just go mid and take your tier 1 tower. And if we occupy, it's very similar. Cignal Ultra, Terrorblade last game, they have a Spectre now. Both these heroes need items. And now then, he's going to try and dive, but with the Horn. Roger's got the ultimate, chucks it out on Eris. Jewel's gonna come through. Ben-Hur can turn this. He's got so much damage at the moment with the kick as well. Then he doesn't find the Jewel victory. Spectre's gonna end up falling, secures his own kill. Van will be able to stay alive there. They're gonna be careful, Ben-Hur. James is waiting. It doesn't matter if Grimstroke keeps dying here. Like, just there's no core that really wants to farm the dead lane. You're getting gold, you're getting experience. It's a lot more worth it for you dying and keeping this tower alive for as long as possible. I literally would not be surprised if it just beelines it back to top. Because now in the meantime, VT Faded's getting a little bit of farm mid, and this hero will come online faster than the Spectre. Like, Diffuser Blade and you're good to go. Spectre might feel like, yeah, he might feel pressured to go Radiance. And Mushi's now going to be able to catch up as well. You see, Mushi's actually second in net worth, even though he had kind of a rough laning stage. So, Dire looking strong at the moment. They're going to bait. Mid will fall. Eris, he's in trouble here. Roll. Stun connects. Magnetize as well. He's going to be able to get rid of this straight away, but it's not going to matter with the rotations coming through from Seattle. A lot of damage. They might be able to find the Jewel, however. Static Storm dropped as well. James is in the area. Hey, he's going to move forward with the arena committed. Looks like unfortunate with the Void Spirit. The bait was unleashed, and now Rog as well. Glimpse drags him back. Mushi has a grave. We'll chuck it out here. I don't think he's got enough damage to really turn this though. So Dire, they'll lose 3. Triple kill for Jamesy. This Mars is starting to become an issue with the high levels that he has at the moment. James is really doing a lot of work across the map. And now in the meantime, the Bat also has 1100 gold in the bank. But Dire still might just, I mean, ultimates are on cooldown from Radiant. They're not the biggest cooldown though. So we'll see what they can do. Spectre's gonna farm actually faster than the PL with these Necros, I believe. At the moment it seems like he is. But they're just straight back to top. Van's got a Blade Mail already as well. Oh, not the Necros, no. Jamesy? This dude is just hunting. They are all just playing top. Oh, Dazzle pinned up. They've got the mana for the Jewel. Roll forward's gonna come. Silence is a little bit too late here. Dazzle, can you stay alive long enough to be able to get the victory? No. Looks like the grave too short there. Now with the Soulbind, Jamesy doesn't get latched with anyone. Even VT Fade is gonna try and show up here, so Jamesy will drop. Rog finds the kill though, unfortunately, instead of the Phantom Lancer, but they're gonna try and still chase for more. Ben-Hur's wrapping around, Radiant to have a really nice ward on the high ground. There's also Horn up in 10 seconds here. So Radiant, they might be able to bait. Ben-Hur scouts up one. Van's going to TP out. They won't have a way to cancel this. So Rubik will fall. They should be able to put a lot of pressure on the tier 1. This actually might be just a tier 1 tower dead. I think it is. I see that, but they have Horn. They can kind of go back top. Arena's up as well. And yeah, I don't think they can push too fast. Yeah, never mind. Radiant had glyph, so I'll delete it. Die they smoke. I believe it was underneath an observe ward, and now with the glimpse back. Spirit will get caught there. Very nice heads up play to not use the glimpse on the Phantom Lancer, who can dodge it with the Doppelganger. Drag back into the Jewel. Third Jewel victory of the game for Van, which is important, but the big target is though Spectre's caught. He might have to use the Horn to be able to disengage here. In fact, they'll just turn. It's so much damage. Eris, they find one. The Bat's still in trouble though. Ben-Hur, no, he misses the Remnant. Mushi on the backline here. Eris, stroke of fate. He doesn't get the grave. Oh no. Double kill for the Rubik. He popped off. Damn, that stroke of fate stolen. He's got 3 points in arcane supremacy as well. He's a really high level. I mean, it is off those kills. And top, we're not done. Grims getting chased. Kinetic field holds them back here. 2,000 net worth lead for Cignal Ultra, doing a very good job stalling this out, taking fights to their advantage. A Bat has 3k gold in the bank. Look how farmed he is. Like okay, PL's got Diffusal. Let's see if Dire want to do something. Like Radiant still have ultimates, but I think this bottom tower might. Oh, Grims is in trouble here. Nicely done. Utilizing that vision. They put us an identical ward as last game. Of course, Radiant wouldn't have had time, but looks like Dire really like this ward when they're ahead. I think last time it was like here, but no, what do we got? Pinned up, Grimstroke. Check out the silence. It's gonna allow the Grave to come through. Dire want to take the fight, so buying Jules gonna come with the last second here. Grimstroke still not dead just yet. Fatebolt secures the kill. James is gonna pay the price though. Ben-Hur has a double damage rune, and even Faded's gonna show up to the fray here with the Diffusal. Stops any retreat capabilities. Radiant at 2 for 1. 40 dual damage though on the Legion. Deso almost going to be completed as well after this tier 2 tower. Spectre haunts it in, but still without the Radiance completed. And now Phantom Lancer is pretty much neck and neck. And the big thing is the cores. Like, yes, Spectre's on top. Rubik's also farming really nicely, but then the cores on Dire. 2, 3, and 4 situated in that net worth, but yeah, they will be able to drag this lead now into Dire's favor. Experience as well after that big fight here. And already PL, I mean, he's almost got Yasha completed after that engagement, so it's going to be really big for him. But they need to hit some neutrals. We do have the tier 2s now available. Broom handle in the backpack. I think Ben-Hur must have been holding that, and he's actually going to take the go bow. So the magic resistance. Attack speed's also 15, if you'll take it. Top lane. Jamesy. Waiting in the trees. Ohio will get caught here. Spears off the mark, but I believe Ohio is still dead. They got 4 points up on the glimpse. Mushi will be able to protect him with the grave. He's also got mech as well. Mushi not gonna grave. Ohio actually makes it out. What? I had no idea that he was gonna make it out there. I'm like, hang on, he's surely dead. Alright, he makes it out. They don't use any big ultimates, but I believe the blink got revealed. Van should be able to find the jewel onto Roj, but Ben-Hur's on the backline. Whoa, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, Van might be an issue. He's got 50 damage at the moment. 3, 2, and 7. He's about to have blink completed, so Radiant will have a pretty big timing on these blinks. And yeah, all right, this is a really big next kind of minute for Radiant. Double blink, Radiant's completed in a short amount of gold, about 200. And they're even going to try and set up on Ben-Hur. Ohio's in the backline. He needs to find a silence to prevent the follow-up chain lockdown. Instead, they're going to get aggressive onto James. He pressed the attack, and he's maxed out already. So 300 plus health coming through from the Mars. And the beautiful static storm as well. Dire completely controlled. They'll lose 2. Haunt's going to fly out as well. This is the Radiance picked up. So Rog, he's going to end up falling here. Dire, they're going to disengage. Faded, he's still hanging out in the area. They don't have the glimpse. He's going to try and juke and jive with the illusions, but they're on both of the Phantom Lances, so it won't matter. Faded will fall. Exactly what we said. A big minute for Cignal Ultra. They secure 4 kills. A beautiful ultimate from Grims. He has had a really good disrupt the game.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle.
What is he? 5, 5, and 10. Another nice deep ward as well. But all of a sudden it's a 3,000 net worth lead. Big experience different as well, and they're potentially going to be able to get a couple of well, they have control of both outposts at the moment. And I'd like to see Dire probably smoke up instantly. Radiant used a lot of ultimates. Static Storm's not a big cooldown. You see it's about to be back up. 90 seconds, but once 75 on Arena of Blood, that's back up. Jewel's very low. But Haunt's on cooldown, and they will. They're going to smoke up. They'll head to top. They need some outposts because the vision, right? Well, at least the experience and. What? Okay. I don't think Mushi can face check with that smoke when he doesn't have a stun. But yeah, Radiant. They're even gonna TP Mars top. Jamesy, blink. They find Mushi. Is there any protection coming through? Van's gonna try and get in range for the jewel. Will be successful. Both the silences are too late. Radiant. Numbers are rotating forward as well. Static Storm drop, but it's only controlling up the Phantom Lancer here. There's no protection, but the Dazzle now dead. Faded's in trouble. Now look at the damage on the backline. Ben-Hur, it's a free fight for him. Deals with the Legion Commander. The Magnetize as well. They're going to be careful, ticking them down ever so slowly. A high with the roll forward. A Bat's going to get stunned up, but the Astral Step charges are on cooldown. Ben-Hur, can he secure the kills? It looks like he won't be successful. To simulate still available, but he can't juke and jive. Finds the kill off to the western side in Jamesy, but the dagger to fly through with the Fade Bolt will be the death of the Void Spirit. 5 dead on Dire. Another incredible fight for Cignal Ultra. They lose the Mars, they lose the Legion, but Legion's got 68 goddamn damage. They are feeding over this hero. And Spectre as well. He's already got Yasha and a Recipe.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
PL's still looking for his. So Spectre all of a sudden just got like 3,000 ahead of the Phantom Lancer. Yeah, that's pretty much the net worth difference at the moment. Is on the Spectre. Seems like Radiant are just playing these team fights a lot more cleanly. And I wonder if they get a pipe, honestly, from Radiant. I say that. Do they even need a pipe, though? It's going to go BKB on Van. Dispersion's really nice. They might not need it, actually. They can get BKBs, and it's definitely a much bigger timing for them. Yeah, I think Radiant just playing these fights cleaner. Dire kind of don't have any like big team fight ultis, like Magnetize, Soulbind, but you're not pairing Soulbind with anything. And Radiant's team fight as well, a very short cooldown. You know, Mars is already level 14. 75 second on the arena. You know, we highlighted this previously as well. So Dire have been kind of constantly running them, and it feels like they're going to play a little bit more on the back foot now. I say that, but they'll smoke up. Void Spirit is not in the smoke. And with all these team fights lost, Radiant have been able to get the vision advantage as well. They do only have 2 wards. It is at the bottom side of the map here. So Dire placing this one, they want to try and take a fight, protecting the tier 1. They're going to bait VT Faded, but no one's showing up on the map at the moment because no one's farming this. It should be kind of obvious that something's happening. So Mushi is going to have to shove out mid. They ping it out. They see that the creeps were poison touched. So they know the Dazzle was around about that area. So a smoke for naught. And this is going to allow Radiant for the ultimates to come back up. I mean, a bat. This is at the stage where Radiant, that's what they were lacking in game 1. The fact that Dire just had a really nice lineup to kind of run at you and take your towers before your heroes could come online. But now another item timing with the Desolator picked up. They'll blink forward. Grimstroke's going to fall. More dual victories for the Legion. They might try and take the fight where the Observe Ward is. Roll forward. Disruptor's a massive hero to bring down. Shredded. Oh, the crit is going to try and buy back and reach on the fight. But James still saw the mana as well. The Haunt's going to come through. But look at the Mars get melted down. Dire take an incredible fight around their high ground water. Bat still trying to man fight here with the Haunt. Moving forward. Mushi's going to be able to get the Grave off for the last second here. Radiant, they're falling incredibly low here. Still Static Storm at the last second. But it won't control anyone. A Bat has the haste. He might actually end up ticking out. We'll continue watching this. Earned poison. Is it enough? It's not. He will stay alive. They do kill Grims though. That is a dieback, I believe. Very nicely done for Dire. They take the fight on at least around their high ground ward. They ping it out instantly. Instantly get pinged out from Eris. But that's quite the fight. The Static Storm from the Disruptor has been causing too many issues, and they literally just shredded the Mars's mana at the start of the fight. Like, he got Arena off, but it didn't matter. And Mushi also stayed alive, so all the sustain. Like, Dire just finally killed that really important target to start the fight, and then it completely turned it. And now they're slowly bringing this net worth lead back. This is going to be a topsy-turvy game. 48 kills, 24, about to be 25 minutes in. One thing I am still getting worried about, though, is Van is just 86 damage, man. It's nuts. Like, this is going to be really, really scary for CR to actually deal with. But they might kind of stall out. I say that, but Haunt's on cooldown. They didn't really get too much out of that. The team fight victory, just because of where it was situated. The fact that it was so far away from any objectives, and Radiant still have... Oh, I didn't see that ward. That's a nice ward. It's really hard to de-ward that one. Look at him. Just a measly old dude there. Chilling out. What's the ward called? Shifty Minnow. Minow? I don't even know. Oh, how do I get that off my screen? Mid, roll forward. Grim's in the back line. Still has the ultimate, but whoa, that's a lot of damage, man. Ben-Hur with the DD. Can they roast with this? Mars doesn't have buyback. They've got a Deso and about 3/4 duration of the DD. This is really good movement. Mid's gonna get pushed out. Bot's pushed out as well. Are you gonna be able to hit back? Radiant, they have Horn. They've got ultimates. Do they want to try and take the fight with the Mars dead? It looks like the answer is going to be no. Just try and get the map shoved out as much as possible. Dire now really need to protect this ward. Because if they don't, then they have no aggressive vision across the map. And Ben-Hur takes the ages. So VT Faded's almost got heart. Spectre, he's actually going for a diffuser blade. Okay. It's pretty... Alright, I'll see how it fares. Interesting. But yeah, this should be almost enough here in mid. Very far pushed up. And Bat doesn't have too much mana as well. They try and bottle him on Jamesy. And he's going to have to go back for Vlad's. They need a little bit of sustain. Like, yeah, you have the pressed attack. Jamesy again. He's getting shredded by Faded, yeah. Quick blink out from him. That ward just scouted out the Dazzle's movements here. Ohio is still trying to look for a kill, but yeah, I like the Vlad's pickup. You're going to be able to play super... I mean, the lifesteal you get with the God's Rebuke. Also, Spectre is very good at long, drawn-out fights. So it's just going to give you a little bit of sustain, which is important at the moment. The aura is big for them, but Dire just kind of slow this down. Slow siege the tier 2. They've got a really nice ward. Radiant have one further on the back line, but Mushi's going to TP back. Jamesy, roll. I'm gonna catch him. Dire got to disengage out at mid now, and they need to link up. They're very split. You see, they'll smoke up straight away. I don't mind the smoke. They think that Reyna are gonna look for an aggressive movement while Dire is split, but they're not. That's not gonna happen. He's going Shivers on Rubik. Okay, that literally answers you. I'll bring that up after. Give us a second. Grims, they still have this nice ward. Mushi got the cast range as well. But top's getting shoved in by the Spectre. They're still going to end up losing mid. They even popped the Glyph for this, so they really want to try and protect it. Will Radiant smoke there? Diffusal also gets completed Van. Scouts up the Earth Spirit. You see, they're just so difficult to defend this though. Like Radiant, they want to try and take the tier 1. They want to try and defend it, but going to Ages and now hard on VT Faded. They are going to come back. The gang is here. But can the gang take the fight? However, that's the question. Dire are going to go high ground. Alright, this is... Can they do this? Oh, it's a lot of damage. Rubik. Press the attack. It's going to come through. Bat needs to deal with the backline support here. Roger's falling low. He will get brought down. But now Earthspirit, he finds a roll to disengage. Static Storm going to get dropped as well. Phantom wants to control Arena as well. Closing it onto 2. But Dire, they've got the sustain. VT Faded with the heart as well. It's not going to end up falling. That was buyback. Rubik, can he be able to rejoin the fight here? Earthspirit roll forward. Will still drop. Dire, they might be in trouble. Ben-Hur's going to astral step into the fight with the Grave as well. A buyback coming out. Looks like they want to still take the fight with the Ages. James in the backline trying to deal with the Phantom Lancer. He's got to be careful. Bulwark giving him some protection. Mushi will drop. And Ben-Hur doesn't have any astral step charges. There isn't a lot of stuns. San's going to prevent them. But still VT Fader can help out here. Looks like the Phantom Lancer is the king of the fight. A doppelganger forward straight on top of the Rubik. He just brought back to try and secure the team fight. And he's going to end up dying here. Dead for 70 seconds. But the roll forward high. He's still in trouble once again. We might have another buyback into the death as we will. Triple kill for a bat. VT Fader's going to go for a TP out, but he won't be successful as he glimpses back into the hands of Raiden, into another potential dual victory. If they have the damage, do they? They do. Ultra for Spectre. I don't know how there was a possibility of going for that high ground there. It just... That's a very hard high ground push, to say the least. Spectre does an incredible job at killing the Grimstroke to start the fight. You know, he's still got the Soulbind off, I believe, but the chaos that it caused on the supports on the backline, like, Mushi got forced away from the middle of the fight, or at least the vicinity. That's all Spectre has to do. Kill the Grim, kill the Dazzle, or at least put pressure on him to zone him out of the fight. And the PL is going to do the same thing. Disruptor, Rubik. But again, They didn't kill Disruptor to start the fight. We saw it down bot. That's when they won it. But Disruptor was able to get the ultimate off, secure a high ground defense. That was ages as well. And now all of a sudden, Spectre is fat. Holy crap. He's got Butterfly pretty much completed. He just had Diffusal Blade before that fight and now pretty much has Yeah, what? I swear he just picked up Diffusal Blade. Hang on. That ultra kill got him so much gold. Was there any... How many streaks did he get? They got the bounties as well. Alright, so we got 477 for PL, 252, 469. Far out. He got a lot of gold, man. That's nuts. 6,000 net worth lead now for Cignal Ultra. There are a couple of neutral items now available. But BKB is heavily required, and the issue is that you've kind of fed the Disruptor. Like his 6, 7, and 18, not really fed in a way, but like Grims is having a really good performance. 24 kill participation out of the 34. Doesn't have too many last hits, even did go for that Thunderstrike damage talent as well. But he's about to have Ags, and guys, Ags' incredible team fight turning just a factor that you just can never take into... You've always got to take into consideration this nullifier silence effect in an AoE that can literally just render the enemy team useless. But I think the PL needs damage, and he's going to go Silver's Edge, so we'll help them deal with the Spectre. It's also going to kind of deal with the... what else we got? Sorry. Yeah, that's the main reason. Apologies. But there's now a Butterfly as well, so he's not going to have any way to pierce the evasion. Radiant. 7,000 lead for them. What's the probability, actually? Let's take a look. 72%. Okay. Yeah, they're looking really strong at the moment. They keep taking fights in kind of their advantage. Well, I still don't know about running up high ground there, but anyway. What's a high got coming on the Courier? Because he's really poor. God damn. Even Grimstroke is. Radiant have been able to get a lot of bounties across the map. Even though Dire head actually tower-wise. But a high just not having the performance we saw in that game 1. And the... I mean, still you have this potential. Like, you ink swell up the Void Spirit or the Earth Spirit as well. Double Spirit Brothers and just run forward. They still have this late game Phantom Lancer, which is always an issue. But, I mean, Abat's getting to the stage where he sells the Necros and he's getting slotted out, man. 5,000 ahead of the Phantom Lancer. A full item at the moment. Mars has been able to catch up ahead of the Void Spirit as well. So if they're just grouping up, they're going to smoke. All right, so this is what I wanted to talk about earlier, actually. I don't know if I'm still going to get a chance, but the Shivas, Radiant recognize that the win condition on Dire is the Phantom Lancer. So they don't have the greatest way to deal with the illusions, like Spectre itemized with Radiance. James has got Death Zone, and Ags is pretty decent as well. This is a nice wraparound, but Roger's situated in a good spot here. Oh, that was perfect. No. Faded. Hard person to bring down. They're going to be able to start off with the Dual Static Stormhorn as well. Everything dropped to be able to kill the Phantom Lancer. Can they do though? Where's Mercy to find the grave? They won't be able to do so. 2 dead on Dire. They'll at least be able to find the Disruptor into the roll to disengage. They're going to be careful though, because they're still hunting. Ben Hur's got a natural step, but he's slowed up. Do they have the detection? Eris, do they? Where's the detection? They're going to be able to bring him down. Hang on a second. Was he not invis? Very nicely done. I'm still not sure how they got that kill, but anyway. Very nicely done from them. 3 down on Dire, and then just... I mean, it was such a good position from Grimstroke, and then he just left. And now Radiant are the ones going high gun him, and Mushi wasn't in that position to be able to keep them alive. Like, if your PL wants to play that far, like in that position that he is, then you need the Dazzle, like at least in the AoE. And Mushi? Aeon does pop now. Van, he's got Jewel. He's going to blink forward here. There's nothing they can do to keep him alive. They don't have buybacks here. Now Grimstroke's even caught on top of the throne, but Dire just losing their lives left, right, and center. Buyback comes out, but this is going to be probably at least melee, maybe more. PL is up in a couple seconds. Far out. Level 25 on Spectre. 15,000 net worth lead. They are looking in a very, very comfortable, commanding position for Radiant. I mean, what's the net worth disparison on the ones? Yeah, it's 8k at the moment. Abat is having quite the performance on this Spectre. They've allowed him to get the items and well and truly ahead of the Phantom Lancer. And, you know, they've got the items on Grims as well. So these are big items that are getting picked up. The supports are having so much more impact than what Dire are. You know, Eris and Grims. I mean, I love the Shivas. It's just such a good item this game. But they're going to smoke up. Spectre doesn't actually have any mana for the Haunt. Roshan is up as well. They don't scout this out, but I mean, they should know. It's been a very long time on Roche here. One on the higher gun. Fan. He's got BKB, Blade Mail. How do you start the fight? If you need a stun, looks like they're going to be able to get it in higher. So Legion Commander will fall. Dead for a long time. Is that a dieback duration? It is. So they should take Roche here. That's a very big pick-off. Probably one of the best they could have got. And in the meantime, Mushi's going to shove out top. Radiant still have a ward in the area. They're going to try and take the fight. Might know there's a ward up here as well. Dire. Rog isn't there. Mars even picks up the Agnums as well. Roll forward. Rubik caught out. It's another big hero to be able to bring down and start the fight with the Mars. Blinks forward. Spirit's going to get caught. Horn the backline. A bat just melting down Rog. He's able to get the ultimate off at least before he dies. Soulbind up now with the Mars. They're going to be careful because on the backline, Static's on drop, but it's only onto the Phantom Lancer illusion. They do have a buyback. Rubik's going to be able to reach on the fight here, but Spectre is going to be careful. Oh, Ohio stuck on the higher ground. The Horn. So with the Radiant damage, going to be able to tick him down. A bat trying to man fight here, but VT faded. He's got the sustain. Ben Hurst still being able to win this fight as well. Disruptor's going to try and rejoin them. Spectre's got his own buyback, but Dire, they lose 3. VT faded in trouble. The Agnums just picked up Jamesy. Is having such an impact throughout this team fight, but can you deal with the Phantom Lancer? Void Spirit is going to try and rejoin the piece straight on top of the Disruptor in the backline here. He will end up falling without a mana on Jamesy. This Agnums feels completely useless throughout this engagement here to simulate. Goes down to the southern side, but they still will be able to chase out a bat after the respawn. That buyback does come out. VT faded straight away out of there. Oh, cancels the TP actually. Ben-Hur finds a Rubik. If they kill a bat, this game actually might just be over here. He's got to be careful. He doesn't have any protection. A bat! No, you're in trouble. Spirit Vessel's out for you. What have you done? You had this game. You had it. It's all gone now with bat. He's in trouble. They found him in the tree line. They've destroyed him. No. 120 seconds. Mars, Jamesy. The doppelganger Radiant. BKB's out. Jamesy, he's still got mana. They got to be careful. It's a lot of damage with the Gods. Rubik's going to be come up off cooldown in a couple of seconds. They're in trouble as well. A blink forward. Silence preventing the ultimate. He pops the BKB, but the doppelganger is on cooldown. Faded. He's fine. They're going to turn now. BKB's on cooldown. Fen. Uh-oh. Jamesy. So a couple of Gods Rebukes to be able to utilize here. Van's in trouble though. Dodges the Remnant. Speed doesn't connect. Only on an illusion. Oh, what is happening? A 3-2-2 into a 6-4-4 into a... I don't even know. I don't even know if it is really a 6-4-4, but... I mean, Radiant are actually so lucky that they delayed that fight for an incredible amount of time. I actually don't think Dire will get much out of this Spectre dieback. Like the creeps, they're getting shoved out instantly. Mid's halfway mark, bot's in a good spot. Looks like Dazzle's dealing with that. They will get Aegis cheese, but no other objectives, I don't believe. Anyway, how many buybacks was there as well? So Dazzle's the only one with it. Wow. They're going to be able to get all outposts as well. I say that. Radiant were able to TP down bot, but they've got the ward on the high ground. Grim, Static Storm, they're going to be careful here. Mars in the background as well. Silence prevents the ultimate. Jamesy absolutely assassinates the Grimstroke. And now Jamesy blinks on cooldown, but he will be fine. Fire out. There was a lot of damage actually. Oh, he's got the... he's been 26 for a bit. Okay, so Spectre's back alive. I have no idea what to talk about that fight. I mean, it's just the supports. If you kill them first, that's literally it. Like, the target prioritization is so important from both the teams. Disruptor has to can't kill PL on an opening. You might be able to burst down Void Spirit. Like, Void Spirit is difficult. Dazzle is difficult as well with the Aeon Disc. But it's a 7,000 net worth lead. What's the probability? All right, 74%. So still in Radiant's favor. But they will lose a lot of map control and a lot of gold. All bounties claimed from Dire. No, sorry, James, he got one, it looks like. What, one or two? No, he actually got two there. Never mind. Bit of a pause. Ben-Hur, he's got the ages in and out. All right, so who's got 25? We've seen the Mars. Spectre got dispersion. He went for the crit damage, and I imagine PL went for the critical strike. Okay, I like that because he needs the damage. He's gonna go Scarred. He's really good this game. This is really good. You know, Spectre's a difficult hero to kill, even though Spectre doesn't have like a heart. It's just so nice. The attack speed's slow. 35% reduction to life steal, healing, and HP regen. And now they're going to try and find map control so they can get all the neutral items. Who gets... Oh, that's such a good neutral, man. Spell Prism probably gives it to the Rubik, who's still holding Philosopher's Stone, but we have all remaining outer towers have now been claimed. Abyssal Blade completed. Very slaughtered at the moment, but PL hot pursuit in this net worth. Even an illusionist cape. That's pretty nice actually for him because he's got the rad. They're gonna smoke up. They know that they're playing down towards the bottom side. They actually find him, and he doesn't have mana for the horn. Spectre's actually in trouble here, but faded. He wanted the rune instead to see if there was a DD. Where did he go? Did he TP out? Yeah, he's out of there. Nicely done. That's a really nice heads up play. Mushi hunting. Dire, are they going to make the same play they did before with the ages? Because they really threw away that advantage. Jamesy. They've got the ward on the high ground, so it is giving them an incredible amount of vision at the moment. This has to get de-warded. It's such an obvious ward. Like, bot's in a really good position at the moment. Someone on Dire might have to go deal with this. Or at least maybe cut the wave. Yeah, Faded will. So eventually they'll get the creepy equilibrium. This ward is still not dead. Jamesy will lead. Dire aren't grouped up at the moment. This is a really big opportunity. Smoke's gonna pop Ben-Hur. Finds him out straight away onto the backline for the Jewel as well. Spirit is incredibly tanky here, but they're gonna be able to deal with the Rubik. He does not have a buyback now with the River as well. Soul binded up. Spectre trying to deal with Rog. He's got the Glimmer, got the Ghost Scepter as well. They're kiting out the fight. They're gonna be careful, Radiant. If they dive too deep here, Mars is losing the mana. A quick BKB with the ultimate getting committed. A lot of Dire heroes are gonna control throughout this. They've already lost both the supports here, but the Static Storm drop as well. Disrupt the falling blow, but he's still not dead just yet. They're able to deal with Mushi. It's up to the claws on Dire. But can they keep this fight alive for them? Phantom Lantern, Cheese just gets it off the last second. He's going to try and look to turn, but it's a lot of damage coming through with the BKBs on Kuda. And they find the stumble to Bash. Faded. Quick Manta. Doppelganger is going to be up in a couple seconds, but a Bash once again. Can they find another? Faded. He's down. He's got a buyback. Ben-Hur still has his ages. Cignal Ultra. Another good fight for them. 2 to 3. They kill the PL. Buyback's gonna have to get forced here. A bat is just cleaning up these fights. The Spectre is so difficult. And they're really turning the fights. You have to kite the BKBs. Because if Jamesy doesn't do a majority of his damage through BKB, then once he loses all his mana, he won't have pretty much any damage. You get it a lot. I mean, you go for the Ags just to be able to constantly spam God's Rebuke. Did I have a repair kit? I don't think they do, but I'll double check. They don't. Neither do Radiant. Okay. So Ben-Hur still has ages for another 10 seconds here. Probably just going to try and do as much damage as he can. Ben, half HP. Roll forward. It's going to be careful. Abyssal Blade's out. PL is going to buy back here. They want to try and take the fight with the Abyssal Blade. Looks like Legion will end up dropping. It's going to try and run the opposite direction so the enemy team can disengage. And with the spear, it will allow them to. So they force the buyback on the fence and land in the meantime. So it's just a game of buybacks now. Like Radiant Spectre's buyback's about to be up. And now we don't have the advantage of Roche for Team CR. It's a 16,000 net worth lead on Radiant. Full set of racks mid. Has he gone? Yeah, he hasn't gone. Oh, Mushi. Got the Hex. Abyssal Blade as well. Radiant don't have anyone to be able to protect a bat. It's going to try and utilize the dagger. Juking and jiving here. We'll be fine. What was that? Oh, it was the Illusionist Cape. Who smoked? Got Ninja Gear. Okay. Ninja Gear Telescope. That's nice to pop out and in. Damn. We got a hell of a game. Game 1 was kind of a wash. And then game 2 is an exciting one, to say the least. Definitely an exciting one here. Is 45 minutes in. 17,000. Both teams got neutrals. They do. Okay. So both teams do have these neutrals. And Void's even going to go for a Daedalus. Yeah, it seems like they're lacking damage. Oh, I like... yeah, I like this. Since the Ags, Jamesy BKB popped, a higher rolls forward actually, speed up, and he should definitely be dead. I'll give him the grave. Never mind, Radiant. They don't want to hard commit on top of the Earth Spirit, who's also going for his own BKB at the moment here. Do Radiant have a gem? They do not. So just die with a gem. I really like Roger's item build. You know that the Spectre's going to go on you straight away, so Glimmer Ghost really delaying this. Feels like Mushi's item progression. He's still like 20k as well. Like, he's getting a decent amount of farm. Van's kind of the one that's been impacted in the net worth regard. Like, it's found the AC, but falling behind compared to the rest of the team. Uh-oh. A higher? They got a ward on the higher ground. Van with the blink forward. He doesn't find the silence. So now with the Minute Horn, doesn't protect him. Jewel's going to come out. They've got the detection now with the backline. Roach, Abyssal Blade's still going to be able to hold him up. Dire need to disengage here. They don't have the full lineup. There is a buyback available. The Earth Spirit wants to rejoin them. They've got the outpost control. Static Storm completely invalid here. Now Faded on the backline here. Ben Hur's going to be able to help out. He's got a DD. They're going to be careful. It's a lot of damage coming through. But Dire, 2 heroes down without any buybacks. Radiant, they're just cleaning up the fight here. They've got the buyback advantage with the roll forward. Ben Hur will fall. The God's Rebuke crit's going to be able to secure the kill. Jamesy with an ultra. This is struggling for Dire. All they can do is kill the supports, and even then it's not enough. Rubik's gonna buy back. Yeah, they could end this. Dazzle's got buyback in 240 gold. No bounties to be able to claim. Grim, he needs 3 minutes 30 as well. They don't have Glyph for another minute 20. So Radiant, they are gonna try and end this game, and they should feel pretty confident with being able to do so. You know, the PL buyback is on cooldown. Is that a Rapier as well? No. Oh, we're in Radiance. Double Radiance? Okay.
Dire's middle tower.
Radiant hitting these tier 4 towers. They're not going to buy back on the Void. I mean, you're going to have to do it sooner rather than later. He'll buy back, but your tier 4s are now lost. They're going to try and go on the backline to stop the wall pick caught out here. Beautiful initiation from VT Fader, but it looks like Earthspirit's going to pay the price though. We're 1-for-1 to start. Both these heroes don't have buyback, but still look at the throw. The throw is just falling. Jeez, a drop. I didn't even see it. Oh no. A bat just beats into throwing the double GG's a drop from the Spectre. He failed himself that game. What a performance from him.
Trying to take advantage of it somehow.
They're waiting there on the high ground. That immediately burst through the Aphotic Shield. Notail is trying to run. The Smash is after him. Notail's got the backup of Anna. Mind Control's going to head in. Liquid, they're diving on forward. GH will be kept safe by the Heavenly Grace. Kuro may have done a little tip by this time. Will be surrounded. The 4 of them take down Kuro. Put an end to his reign across the map. As OG responding in their numbers now in that middle lane. They won't let Liquid get away with this any longer.
They still, OG has a very strong way to fight, even in the early game. Even if they do have a greedy IO pick, it's what it provides you, especially when you have a gyro. Gyro is all about that early fights, same thing with Tiny. And even Timbersaw, but Seb right now, we know he doesn't really want to show up except for the tower defenses. And he's also going to be matching that Chen, who's going to be an early mech. It's actually going to be a mech Timbersaw since they have IO. So this amount of sustain that could come out from OG pretty soon is going to be pretty hard for Liquid to deal with this. Seb, he actually jumps forward for GH.
It goes deep. We are going to turn with a focus fire. Seb, of course, has got the max reactive armor. Thanks to that, Shackle won't latch. Seb, continue to back off. Chains out, back over the river. He's fine. Liquid will try and turn their attention towards Thompson, but with no tail by his side, they cannot dive up to the high ground. Seb holding them back.
5 Liquid heroes in the mid lane, trying to brawl again at the same time as last game. It's 13 minutes in, and there's 9 heroes or 8 heroes positioned around this area. They want to go for no tail, but he's got ulti.
Miracle's going to continue to chase this under the Titu, and they will get it. Seb is trying to turn. The missile is out on Akura. Does Seb have the burst? Not quite. Magnetizes out, and Seb has to retreat. Shackle does latch. Liquid, they've got the lockdown. They've got the roll for the kickback. They'll crush him. Liquid, they're diving again.
They want top.
They've got a bit of a flavor of how OG was playing in these last 2 games, and they're saying we could do it too. Thompson push the cooldown. They won't go too crazy. They'll let him live. They don't want to dive up towards the tier 3. They know TPs are coming in.
They have to make sure they're hitting the tower because the side lanes are being split pushed. Ana as well as Jerax are actually pressuring these other 2 towers. And they're not even going to get this one here. It's down into deny range. OG might be able to deny that mid tower if they choose to do so. Liquid with an overzealous dive there, not losing anybody, but the side lanes giving a lot to that Tiny as well as that IO. And we know the timing, it's all about just waiting for IO to get not only Aghanims, but get that level 15 talent. That's what OG wants.
He's diving in. Onto Kuro with the flak as well. Hand of God will not keep Chen alive today.
GH will not get TP'd out. Jerax actually TP's in and gets the toss up at the exact timing.
And OG's actually not done, as they are still hunting for action. Miracle the focus. Thompson's got a DD. A power shot does come out. Lands on Thompson.
A bit too aggressive there, but Thompson will throw down the call down just to clear the
The Shackle actually reaches across the trees, but no tail. He's there with a shield. Thompson goes with the TP out. The focus fired down. The damage is not enough. Thompson saved. A spray on the way out. Thompson will escape. Liquid, it's 9-6 in their favor, but the net worth difference, it's pretty much even. As you say, sure, Liquid, they are bringing the aggression, finding the kills, but space is being given to those important members of OG.
Yeah, especially Ana. Halfway to that Aghanims already. Level 11 finished up. He's got the Spirits applied slow, so he can fight as soon as he has that Aghanims, of course, with the talent, but the big one is that 15, that extra Spirit hero damage that does come out. But yeah, look at this immediately. Seb now positioned up top. He wants to push the top tower as soon as Liquid is positioned in mid. And Jerax already looking to set up down toward the bottom lane. Liquid have to just get these towers. Have to get some type of map advantage here.
Once Ana has the Aghanims, things are going to start getting very tricky for Liquid when they turn up like this.
Yeah.
The Spirits will be out.
Yeah, and they have Bristle. That's a good thing, right? Bristle can be good versus the IO. If you can get on top of him, the goo, you don't have the highest armor traditionally on the IO, but he's versus an actual counter. Timbersaw, very good versus Bristle back at all stages.
Are fortified.
It's just that farm game, OG.
Got mind control. Looking towards Seb up top, but it's hard really for these heroes without the shackle shot or GH getting a beautiful angle. It's very hard for them to kill Seb.
It's very hard for them to kill pretty much anybody if they don't have Weehawk. If they can catch some of the supports and running around by themselves, they can maybe pick them off, but they really need Weehawk for the damage. The rest of them do not really provide that at this point of the game versus what they're against. Magnetize can be good, but there's a lot of ways that they can deal with it. Not only with the tankiness of how they are, but also there's an Abaddon who can just remove it a lot of the times.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Seb, he could just get away with this, pushing this wave into the tier 2 every single time, knowing that sure, if Liquid do come for him, it's going to be so many of their resources that it's probably going to be worth it for OG to have Seb positioned that aggressively and for him to draw that much attention towards him. Thompson's getting space, Ana's getting space.
Look at that build by Thompson. Diffusal gyrocopter.
Wait, what?
Diffusal. Gyrocopter, I just said it.
Treads Diffusal Gyrocopter. Fancy that. Thompson
So the
doing something I don't think I've ever seen this.
kind of, I mean, it's interesting because it's going to provide a lot of like mana burn, which is going to be annoying for Liquid.
Okay.
It gives you a lot of agility and it gives you ways to run around and chase heroes down, I guess.
It's Liquid.
Different.
They've got the kill swap, getting mobile again.
They can transition this into a Roche. DD rune on the Bristleback, they've got Pipe. Yeah, they can easily do this one with the Medallion as well. However, OG, they know what's going on. They can look to contest this as well. As do they have the Aghanims finished up? It's almost there for Ana. And they're pinging it. They seem, now they're aware of it, but it looks like it's almost too low for them to contest with all this minus armor. And Liquid will get away with this one.
And let's see what they can do with it. Aegis, Pipe, they have those early tools to start making moves. Start looking towards some of these tier 2 towers.
Ags is complete now on the IO. So Ags IO finished, and we're about to hit 20 minutes. So I'm assuming that OG's gonna buy the tome, give it to that IO so he gets the extra spirit damage. Liquid, they gotta group up and try to get something big here. They gotta catch out these backlines heroes. They really have to get on top of the IO with a nice shackle shot before we got to focus fire him. They have to control and stun the IO.
Hunting for Ana. And won't quite find, but no, definitely, yeah, thinking about it, this Diffusal Blade, I see what you mean. It does make sense, right? There is, you look at what, Miracle and Mind Control in particular.
They're completely dependent on their mana.
And they're dependent on the fights being drawn out, right?
Yeah.
They revel in situations where the fight continues. And sure, they can't kill them quickly necessarily, OG, but Thompson, he can burn, he's going to take their mana away, and they're going to be essentially some of these useless, tanky targets on the front that OG can then ignore and look for the more volatile kills.
And he's acting as this like super frontliner. And Bristleback is a hero that if you don't have mana, you don't have damage. So if he's just going to be burning the Bristle, I can see it. You know, I can see it. And he's super farmed, and look how tanky he is. 2,000 HP on the Gyro. There's going to be an MKB finish now for Weehaw, so his damage is going to be very high as Sem's getting slowed down. He's got greaves available, but he's getting burst.
I mean, they're bringing him low. He's got the shield. Now they'll be able to turn. Cooldown's dropped down by Thompson. And here we have it. Miracle. His mana's gone. He's able to pop the stick, get it a fair bit of it back, and he's able to head back in, pushing OG back behind the racks. They're getting a good amount of damage onto this tier 3 tower. They quit. They push on.
On IO. That spirit hero damage is there now. Ana going to join the fray finally.
There we have it. Miracle's mana. It's pretty much entirely gone by Thompson's phone. He'll look for GH. He can't get out. There's no mana. GH. He's dead. And now OG, they have that numbers advantage for this defense. They'll try and chase the ball. Thompson, the Rocket Barrage brings Miracle down. There's the shackle turnaround. They're looking for Jarek. Jarek's backing away. Thompson focusing Miracle. Miracle's still out of mana because of this diffusal. Jarek, he's able to cover. The GA is out. We all will fall though. The magic damage is there from Thompson. Miracle's trying to run. Another stick charge pop, but Jarek can shut him off. In fact, Jarek, he's ready to try and look for more potentially. There's only the once. Thompson, he's on top of Kuro. Another cooldown there. The toss back into the combo. Jarek has the control. They're all getting picked apart as Mind Control falls. Miracle is surrounded, and they're able to get this as well. OG, they will hold.
And they're even taunting. They toss him to the dragon. Holy crap. Thompson, the diffusal is absolutely working to burn all their mana.
But I don't think anyone would have expected to see Gyro, the deciding game. The diffusal blade Gyro, it is perfect for this point of the match.
He just did an insane amount of damage, front lines the entire time, and then Ana just has free reign to get all that spirit hero damage, and it's back completely the other way, and it feels like the control is just gone for them.
What do you do? When your mana's gone, what do you do?
Oh my god. OG starting to take over the game completely here.
Showing new ways to play the game at this incredibly late moment in the tournament.
And now Thompson has an Aghanims as well, so not only is his regular hits going to be proccing that... yeah, he's going to be burning a lot of mana.
And then just moving into the base now, OG. They're pushing in. Flag Star supports. They quit back. They'll focus Miracle. Miracle will get himself out and away. The missile is out. They're trying to put the heals to save him, but Miracle's dead.
So much damage.
Jax is in with the combo. They'll bring down GH. GH has buyback. He'll buy back immediately. Weehaw's going to be back up in 5. Fortification is popped, but OG, they're not going away.
They're too healthy. They still have Greaves available for Seb as well this whole time. They're pretty, No Tail's kind of low, but once they pop those Greaves, everyone's going to be topped off.
A tier 3's going down. 22 minutes again, and in a match where it looked like Liquid had the pace to maybe bring something different, but we're back to the same place that we were in game 2 and game 3.
There's no stones for GH. He can't contribute anything. There's no magnetized either. They're just taking this rack.
It's gone. They cannot get close to hold this. As OG will see what the plan is next. They'll back off.
They're happy with that. Why not? They can back up, clean up strike. But I think if Liquid chases out, OG can definitely just turn to look for the fight. They have no cooldowns that they're waiting on. Everything is available for them. And they're just so farmed right now at this point in the game that Liquid, they're walking out together. But like I was mentioning before, there's one stone on GH, and that is it. So his team fight potential, and he's pretty much the only team fighter on the side of Liquid right now. It's just not there.
I know she's ready to go back. And again, Charity with the wrap around the combo down onto Mind Control. The cooldown's there. Liquid out to back off. Again, Mind Control's man pretty much got his ever pop the stick. Get the GA off at least. Can they fight for the duration of it though? They're getting towards Seb. Wheels a pop. Seb's back pretty much up to full. Charity with another combo onto We Are. We Are stand up. We Are dead. Miracles, the new focus. The missile followed through. OG pushing Liquid back to the base. Mind Control out about a top. So willing to fuse a blade, picking them apart. Roll forward for GH for Seb. Cuts him down. Double kill. They're pushing on OG. Liquid getting forced back to the base. And Liquid have nothing. They have nothing to offer folks.
They're just giving, look at this, they're driving Fountain in TI Finals. They want Kurogi in the Fountain as well. They're gonna get it, they're chasing Miracle as well. Oh my God.
I can't believe this. I can't believe what we're seeing in this game 4. OG, you thought you saw it all in game 2. You thought you saw it all in game 3. There it is. OG,
You have to try to take advantage of it somehow.
they're waiting there on the high ground. That immediately burst through the aphotic shield. No-Tail is trying to run. The smash is after him. No-Tail's got the backup of Anna. Mind Control's going to head in. Liquid then diving on forward. GH will be kept safe by the Heavenly Grace. Kuro may have done a little tip by this time. Will be surrounded. The 4 of them take down Kuro. Put an end to his reign across the map. As OG responding in their numbers now in that middle lane. They won't let Liquid get away with this any longer.
They still, OG has a very strong way to fight, even in the early game. Even if they do have a greedy IO pick, it's what it provides you, especially when you have a Gyro. Gyro is all about that early fights, same thing with Tiny. And even Timbersaw, but Seb right now, we know he doesn't really want to show up except for the tower defenses. And he's also going to be matching that Chen, who's going to be an early mech. It's actually going to be a mech Timbersaw since they have IO. So this amount of sustain that could come out from OG pretty soon is going to be pretty hard for Liquid to deal with this. Seb, he actually jumps forward for GH.
It goes deep. We are going to turn with a focus fire. Seb, of course, has got the max reactive armor. Thanks to that, Shackle won't latch. Seb, continue to back off. Chains out, back over the river. He's fine. Liquid will try and turn their...
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. CR up against Cignal Ultra, a full best of 3 for our entertainment. Cignal do an incredible job to be able to tie up the series, and yeah, we do see the good old Mars is going to get banned out here. Really not surprised with how well they were able to play that first game. They yeah, some incredible stuff to say the least there, especially from, you know, the mid Mars just making a lot of impact across the map early, and then his late game presence as well. You know, it was still, I felt like he was able to win fights through that BKB duration, which was a really important thing. Yeah, if they weren't able to do that, then he just lost like all his mana. But regardless, let's see what, you know, Cignal Ultra, they're looking for their second victory of the Cyber.bet Cup Spring Series, and CR, they're looking to get on the board for their first time here. This is a very difficult group with T1, Cignal, CR, and the boys on. So these are some very big victories that you need to try and pull out here out of the jaws of almost nothing. Go. That is all good. So they banned the DK as well, the Coddle. Grimstrokes had a lot of emphasis from each team so far. I believe it's been first picked in every game. And CR are the ones with first pick this game, so let's see if they're going to go for the Grimstroke. They will switch it up. They're going to be on the Radiant side this time. Instead, both games they've been on Dire. Oops, sorry, that would have been really loud. Apologies. So yeah, they're going to switch it up a little bit with how they're going to position themselves. But they still have the priority of this first pick, and yeah, they'll ban the Ember. So we saw the incredible performance. They're going to go back for the Earth Spirit. I think Ahira really struggled in that second game, and I think we didn't see his laning impact because I don't think Dazzle can solo. Like, it's like a, you're not soloing constantly, but it's like a, you don't really have the protection in your position 4. So I think they need to go for more of a kind of sustainable, like, I will say Mushi still had was very farmed off the lane, even though he died a couple times. But it was also the main important factor that the mid hero from Cignal, you just couldn't really gank. Like, he had an advantage over the Void Spirit, and how do you gank a Mars? It's much more difficult to the laner. So I think Cignal really have to keep this into account with their draft and go for a tankier kind of mid lane hero. We saw, you know, the DK got banned out and the Conquer got banned out as well, which were probably the options that I brought up. But they're not going to pick it here, but just keep that in mind as this does continue on. I like that a lot. I'm surprised. All right, Grim Jug is a really good lane. They are gonna pick up the Oracle. I can't remember. Yep. So they need to lane the Oracle, I think, in the Grimstroke lane, which is then really awkward. Grim.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm surprised they didn't go for a better support that's good against the Juggernaut. Unless I'm missing something. Yes, Fate's Edict. It's gonna, if you use it on Jug, then it disarms him. Ultimate, you know, it's still gonna. Yeah, Hero's still gonna take all that damage. I'm kind of surprised they Oracled. It's kind of like, I guess they wanted something to pair with the Earth Spirit, because they had Grim Earth Spirit last game. They're gonna go Oracle Earth Spirit this game. You know, you can charge up the Fortune Zen on the Earth Spirit and then roll in. You know, we see the Ink Swell and then to the roll in. But yeah, I really like this. I'm surprised they picked the Earth Spirit instead of the Grim, because it just shows they have a lot of priority on this hero. And I think if they didn't, I feel like they still could have gone like Grim and then Earth Spirit, because Cignal wouldn't have picked it up. But now they have 2 supports and not a lot of flexibility. So we'll see how strong they're going to be in the lanes, though, which is the important factor. You know, Cignal Ultra is showing the Jug early, who's pretty much only played safe, but it's a lot of kill threat. Grim Jug, you know, Jug is a hero that really has a decent amount of mobility, but it's also then going to get enabled by the Grimstroke. You know, just staying on top of them with the Blade Fury, finding the stun. Like, it's a really nice, strong, potent lane combo. And it's one of the few that actually works well with the Grimstroke without having like a built-in movement change ability that doesn't make any sense. Like a built-in blink almost is what I mean. You know, PL even has the Phantom Rush, which was why I was trying to word it weirdly, but didn't really find the right words that came to mind at that duration. But the good thing is Cignal, with this last pick, they're going to be able to secure this really strong mid lane matchup, and hoping, like I said, that it's going to give them enough protection, because Earth Spirit won't really be able to do anything to a Jug Grimstroke running at you in the lane, which is a little worrying. So they need to go for more of like a tankier hero for Ahira, I think, because they're just going to get run at. But heroes like the Troll, the Death Prophet, the Huskar is now also enabled because you have this Oracle. And instead, Cignal Ultra, they just banned out the Phantom Lancer, so not going to take rid of these really strong Oracle combos that are available right now for CR. But we have... What's going on? They're using all their reserve time, like literally all of it.
Lion.
A lion. The issue with Lion at the moment, I think Secret is still... Puppy looks like his Puppy has always been someone who has heavy emphasis on the Lion. But this is a hero that we don't really see a whole lot. You're very immobile, squishy. Your ulti has a very big cooldown, but Lion and Shaman will always have a place in Dota. I think they need a couple of buffs, but they're the only heroes with built-in Hex, and Hex has this instant cast, so it's very easy to be able to catch these slippery heroes. And I really like the Cignal Ultra draft. They have now another hero to be able to utilize the Grimstroke. There's a lot of stuns. It's just very well all-rounded lineup, and the Veno like doesn't seem to I don't want to say doesn't seem to fit, but like if you get ran out early and Veno falls behind, then what are you going to be able to do?
Dire team back.
Storm Spirit.
Oh, really don't like Storm. Must be missing something, but I mean, one thing I will say about the Storm is that it's very good against the Lion and the Grimstroke in the regard that these are two squishy, ranged, immobile supports, so it's very easy for Storm to be able to jump them, but they have multiple ways to kill him. You have an instant stun in the Lion Hex, Void Spirit can get a Yule Scepter and then remnant him afterwards, so you've got to catch there, and then all Storm needs to do is get stunned once. You do have the protection in the Oracle though, which is pretty nice.
Lycan.
I dig the Lycan pick a lot though. That is again like another hero that really pressures these immobile supports. They need a frontline from Cignal Ultra, and some kind of like, I think Centaur could be the option. Tide was very similar in that regard. They can even Void Spirit 3, but I really would rather the Void Spirit to lane versus the Storm. Conquer could work actually if they do want to play like a mid hero, like if they put the Void as a 3, but you need a hero to sit on the front line and protect the Lion and the Grimstroke, because Storm and hunt you down, Earth Spirit as well. That's literally kind of perfect, honestly. It's a little awkward into the Veno because he's going to be able to get a Spirit Vessel this game and has the Poison Sting. Who takes this game? Who takes this game? I really like the Lycan pick a lot. I think it's really, really good. BKBs are probably where CR win this game. If they don't get a kind of take big fights after they have BKBs, and they're going to be in a difficult scenario. Again, I also don't know like how it's going to be difficult to kill James in mid, I believe, because he can just pick up a point and dissimulate, and then you can always dodge the roll. I guess Ben-Hur might have to go for a level in Vortex, which isn't the worst. You know, sometimes we see the 1-1-1 picked up on Storms because it is that really nice value point. But I'm just worried that like a Hyru's impact through the lane might not be... They can either have a really good lane where they turn it, like if they get an advantage, they can probably just keep killing Grimstroke, and Jug playing behind is like very like awkward. I want to... Bears. CR looked really good with a faster paced lineup in game 1. VT Faded really likes the Lycan as well. I might actually go with CR. Ultra, they've been a team for a lot longer. I probably favor them usually, but I think this is a draft that is good for Radiant. Like, as long as this is the thing, the lane versus the Void Spirit's actually pretty good for Storm. You're really good against any melee heroes, but as soon as he gets your Scepter, it's going to be a little awkward. So Ben-Hur should actually have a decent time. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna go. I like CR. I think this Lycan was a really good pick. I still want to see how the Veno plays out. That's a long cooldown, level 1. I completely forgot. Oh, that's the taunt. That's where he gets the question mark. That's such a weird... Has he got like a question mark print on the bottom of his staff? I can't see. Stop moving, please.
30 seconds.
It's such a scary noise. But alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3.
Your anger is
now underway. Team CR looking for their first victory for the Cyber.bet. Cignal Ultra are going to try and deny them that opportunity. This top lane could be a little... I mean, we're going to have a lot of action top. I think we're going to have a lot of action this game. I mean, a bristleback just in a lane, always constant kill threat.
The battle begins.
Can you actually...
You will be forever
Yeah, okay.
alone.
I'm pretty sure you can't. This is a cool bristleback set. This is a really cool bristleback set, actually. What is this one?
Sorry to disappoint you. Thought to
I like it a lot. Wow. Man, I might just root for Cignal Ultra now. This is a dope set. He got a bunch of goo. He kind of looking clean as. Look at this dude, but... No, let's watch mid. Hey, James, you got the first last here. Let's go, baby. Easy win for Cignal Ultra. They cannot lose now with this. He got a really nice block as well. The lane is going to shove back in for Ben-Hur because it went underneath the tower, but... Even then, he's going to be able to get that nice old regen. So yeah, this should be a decent time for Ben-Hur. Not going to have too much kill threat early. Bottom lane and top is where we will see a majority of our action. Looks like a high is even just going to use his body to block up the small camp here. We see this a lot more instead of the kind of de-warding, or at least using kind of obs and sentries. Faded. Stuns on the mark. 4 quills as well. Oof, he's got to be careful. Even Rog has his own stick already picked up here. So good thing is that Faded's going to have a bunch of kind of sustain coming through. No, very nicely done from Rog. Surprised they didn't actually block this out because Bristlebacks want to shove in the lane with the quills. Eris is also level 2 as well, and before the Oracle, but we'll see how they do on depth faring here. Even then, Jamesy has this level advantage at the moment, but it's just the fact that Ben-Hur hasn't killed off these 2 creeps that are still kind of hanging around, being that big old nuisance. But still, we're going to see just the side lanes, and I really am intrigued if Ahara rotates mid at all. It looks like this lane's a lot. I mean, Mushi's already got a bracer. I thought we might see, like, as soon as they hit level 2, not even level 2, yeah, level 2, like Stroke of Fate Inkswell, I think is really important. They might try and go once they have this. Jamesy might actually end up falling. Yeah, he will. Ben-Hur, that is massive, man. Storm can pop off this game because the supports are so squishy. Like, literally all Radiant do is just kill the supports, and then they're going to get a massive advantage. Very nicely done from Ben-Hur here. Now has a big advantage for himself in this mid lane. So we're trying to keep a good attention towards the sides, as Grims does have that level 2 now. Like, Ahaya is always going to be able to roll away. It depends if a bat's able to block him. Mushi doesn't have the greatest movement speed though, which is kind of the issue. So, oof, that was a lot of damage, man. These quills, such a thing to fear. Bristleback's always that's very difficult hero to deal with in the game. In the lane, just completely in general. It's a fun hero to play though. Top, spin down, Mushi, rolls, gonna come forward a high, doesn't clip anyone though. They might turn on a bat, so as soon as the roll's on cooldown, a bat's just in trouble. Grims is preying on the downfall of the Venomancer, has Stroke of Fate up in a couple seconds. Mushi can pop the Fairy Fire, juking and jiving, has the Bracer. Grims is not gonna use it just yet, because Mushi is being this difficult moving target, will do so at the last second. So it's a 1-for-1. Yeah, if they don't really get the kill, or at least bring the Veno or one hero down to like pretty much like one right click after Blade Fury, they'll literally just turn. And that's a lot of experience as well. That death's not even too bad, honestly, for Mushi. Because look at the creep equilibrium, and Grims is going to miss this next pull. They can't even do it anyway because it keeps getting bloody blocked. And Ahaya, wow, he's going to be able to get there again if he wants to roll for it. I actually might not need to. This is really big that Radiant have the creep equilibrium. So Mushi dying there doesn't matter too much. He actually didn't. He was undecisive if he wanted to help out with the power rune or not. Wait, please kill it. No. That's alright. Oh, he's like, alright, thank you. Oh, never mind. He did get it. He baited him so he could get it with the kick and also a little bit of damage as well. But the lane should now go back to static. I say that though. The creeps are actually pulled behind the tower. So I don't know how this happened, but yeah. After this next wave, once it does connect onto the tower, I would have loved to see Ahaya actually body block it off. It would have been a very minimal thing, but you saw the positioning from a bat. If Ahaya did drag the creep wave so it didn't go under the tower, Jamesy, Ben-Hur will get taunted up here, but James is in trouble. Trying to find these overload procs with the static coming up in a couple of seconds. He's even going to dive. It just hits the level 6. Really nicely done. Ben-Hur finds the kill. Might even just sacrifice his life here. Does have a bounty to be able to claim. This is a big advantage they have now mid. 2 kills, 2 solo kills as well. And we haven't seen nothing happen down bot. BT faded with 2 points in the Feral Impulse. Headdress just has a massive amount of regen to kind of keep him afloat. What has Rog got? He does... Yeah, okay. Tango's and Solve too. So it seems like the laning stage is going incredibly well for Radiant. You know, Van, top of the CS, as to be expected. They don't have a way to really be able to kill him and put pressure on. So Van's going to have a really good game. But the impact is... Ben-Hur is, you know, could be that X factor. Is he's going to TP bot. VT faded. He's falling low here with the quills. Oh my lord, he just doesn't die. And Ben-Hur finds another. Far out. This Storm Spirit dominating streak. Mid's going to take a decent chunk of damage. I love what James is doing. You need to shove in the lane as soon as possible as your mid lane is not showing. And what this does is it forces the creeps to die to the tower. So Storm's going to miss a golden experience. I think he missed that full wave. He's going to be able to get the catapult. And now he's going to be able to rotate top because he found the power rune there. A quick kick away though. Higher. Granting vision. Jamesy doesn't block the roll. And now in the meantime, Eris, he's going to try and soak up some experience mid. Wait, how did he deny that? Ben-Hur? He's got a decent chunk of mana to be able to utilize here. He's fine. Yeah, so that's a really important thing from what they did. A bat? It's got Blade Fury. Mushi's just going to try and force it out here. Yeah. He's going to TP. Mushi, does he? No, he won't get the kill. Yeah, so like I was saying, you just want to shove in the lane because he also got a decent chunk of damage on the tower. Pretty much denied a full creep wave there, and then it also enabled him to get the power rune and then potentially make a rotation. So it's a very minimal thing, but it almost secured a kill. But now bot Van trying to keep his body away from the lack, and kills are starting to stack up to 5. They're going to be careful. VT faded. He can't continue the dive here, so with the ulti now on cooldown, they're going to turn. Oracle oversteps the mark here. Roger's in trouble, and he will pay for his sins. Van brings him down now. This is going to open up bot and die. They bring the goon squad. Even Jamesy shows up to this, so it's pretty much left. I mean, top is now free. This tower is going to fall. Mushi doesn't have a point in Plague Ward. The one thing I will add though is that as soon as Mushi is actually going to come bot. Okay. Has the ultimate. Van doesn't have TP as well. He's actually going to end up dying here. It's a lot of magic damage. Van's in trouble. Yep, he's dead. Mushi claims the kill. Very nice TP rotation. In the meantime, VT faded. He's still going to take the tower. So it's that rotation. Defend your T1 bot. You get a kill and you're still taking top in the meantime. Dire know how important it is to kill Ben-Hur. Like, if they don't kill the Storm, if he gets a Kyra at a decent timing, he can probably just take over. Like, Bloodstone is definitely the big timing on Storm Spirit, but Kai is like a minimal one. A minor one, I should say. Minimal is a lot smaller than minor. Would we say that? I'd say so. Minor, minimal, yeah. You see how they're playing. Trying to bait. They got a nice ward on the high ground as well. But they do have support in the backline. Ahire's only level 4, just hit 4 now. The good thing is that like Storm can jungle, Lycan can kind of jungle as well. So you are going to be able to give Earth Spirit a lane to be able to find some experience. You know, he's 2 out of the 6 kills at the moment. And Radiant just constantly scouting out. The good thing is that Mushi's very strong at being able to stop any pushes. You know, once you get these Plague Wards maxed out, a bat has the Omnislash if need be, but as soon as they see the TP rotation, they might just try and kill Grims, or in fact, it looks like the Jug's in trouble. Fortune Zen rolls off the mark. They don't get the root connection as well. And that's what we were talking about in the draft, the Fortune Zen to the roll. You know, it's probably a poor man's, I guess, Inkswell. You know, we saw that combo in the first game, but yeah, this is the beautiful thing about the Venomancer. You know, I'm seeing actually a lot more lately the 2-3 into a point in the ultimate, but what this, they just won't be able to take towers now. So Dire won't be able to have this extra ancient camp, these extra camps, and they're just going to lose map control. And you have a lineup that like Radiant gonna hit a massive timing and just literally just run over Dire's supports. And I keep putting a lot of emphasis on the supports, but they're just so immobile, so squishy, and that's all they control as well, pretty much. You bring them down to start the fight, Radiant's game just gets a whole lot easier. And Mushi's just gonna constantly bait. Like, he's almost got Spirit Vessel. Spirit Vessel's another timing if they want. Like, Mushi might end up just kind of going mid instead, because you don't really put too much pressure on bottom tower because of how far away you are from your own tier 1. Here comes a wraparound. They got a DD on Jamesy. That's literally exactly what I just said. Mushi will drop there. Yeah, you can't put pressure on the bottom tower. You just have to defend it as a Veno top though. Van, he's in trouble. Kus starting to add up. They again cannot find the kill. This early Vanguard, VT faded. These ultimates are being kind of to no avail here. They are giving Ahiro free time. I'd like to see Veno go mid. I think Ahiro's level 6 now. Might even end up falling, but Jamesy does have another Astral step up if he wants to go. Let's see what he's gonna do. I think it's still fine if he does go bot, but it just, like, the good thing about Veno playing mid is you defend your tower and you also put pressure on that tower. So I like this switch up a lot more. I think this is, if there is a correct spot to be, I'd say this is it. But Mushi definitely knows what he's doing. So he's well aware of the position he needs to be this game. And in the meantime, Rod's just going to try and get whatever he can down bot. You know, he's probably can't do a whole lot as an Oracle. You know, not the greatest support to shove out the lanes, but he'll try and find some experience and soak up some gold as well, as this tier 1 town mid will be the next objective for CR. Even Faded's going to show up without the ultimate. They're going to wrap around. Smoke up. Ben-Hur, Ahiro, Ben-Hur. Doesn't have the Kaya just yet. About 130 gold until that will be completed. It's going to be a difficult opening. I think Ben-Hur needs to lead forward with the Vortex, and then Ahiro should be able to have the follow-up. Smoke does pop though. This is going to be a free kill. Poor old Eris. Oof. Spidey senses tingling. They're even going to roll forward though. There we go. Jamesy silence. Beautifully played. He's still able to get the Remnant. Doesn't stun up everyone. Now with the Magnetize as well. Earth Spirit taunted. Van's even going to TP forward. He doesn't have a whole lot of mana for this engagement. Mushi's still without the Spirit Vessel though. So their kill threat on the Bristleback at the moment is not showing. In fact, the back, he's the one that's going to get caught here. Roll into the silence. VT Fade is going to be able to bring him down with the right clicks. Just showing a little bit too far. They had that high ground vision. And now they're also going to be able to force Van back. So this tier 1 tower will fall down. But Radiant's going to get a lot of map control out of this. And this is the good thing about the Veno. If you don't get run over in your lane, you are very good at then... Yeah, sorry, let me restart that. If you don't get run over in your lane, you take the tier 1 very fast. And then enables you to rotate across the map, defend it. And then also just make these plays that leave the game so invulnerable. Ahiro? Radiant might pop the smoke here. They're trying to move out the map. Mushi's still without Spirit Vessel as well, which is very important for them. But the scan does connect. Do they just kill the courier here? Let's see. Oh, Van? Faded has ulti. Mushi has ultimate as well. To beat one from him with the poison over. Salt on double. CR, they bait the Venomancer with the false promise to the backline. Cignal, Ultra lose 3. They might even lose more as well. Oh, this game is turning into a disaster like game 1. A batch just instantly out of there. That was a long TP to the outpost. Almost didn't make it out in the end. He's going Battle Fury. Oh no. Alright, so literally the comms right now is that Bat is somehow telling his team to make space. But I tell you what, they don't have... I mean, Void Spirit can make space. Bristleback can kind of just walk down a lane. But it's a 5,000 net worth lead, 12-3. This is... At the CR, we saw that game 1 draft. It really seems like they just heavily... I don't want to say heavily... Like, it seems like they are very good at executing fast-paced lineups. They're doing it to an incredible extent at the moment. I mean, Storm, Kaya, 1,300 gold in the bank. You know, this is a hero that lacks usually a lot of damage. DD top, about... They know he TP to this lane, so he's in trouble. Drops the healing wall, but it's not going to matter. This is going to be a free kill for the Storm Spirit. Duking it. Oh, higher. Oh, well, whatever. Gets the assist. Does use a lot of mana, though, so it kind of feels a bit shit there for the Storm, but... They find the kill, puts him on the deck now for 25 seconds, and He just can't farm anywhere. Like, look at the vision right now. 2 wards on the high ground. They take the tier 2 bot. They haven't even taken top. So literally, usually Radiant control the top side of the map, and then it allows Dire to kind of farm this triangle camp and also kind of farm the bottom side as well. But they don't have anywhere to go. I actually don't... if he completes this Battle Fury, like if he continues going for it, I actually can't see how they win this game. But you have a broadsword now, and you just can't build it into anything. Like, you might actually just have to go Crystallis. That sounds so weird, but I know, you know, it did get nerfed recently. Recipe cost got increased. What else? The damage from 45 to 34. Crit did get increased, but... Bot? Wait, are they actually going high ground? Alright, they're just forcing them back. Mushi's also got the Spirit Vessel now, but, I mean... It is going to be all bounties for Radiant, all map control for them, as we see with a 7,000 net worth lead. What's the probability? That's what I'm intrigued to see. 86%. Necro 3s, top of the... I mean, jeez, man. They've almost got Bloodstone as well. And the big thing is, they're probably going to be able to get Bloodstone as soon as Radiant can take Roche. And then having Bloodstone with the fresh ages can just take over this game. Ohio. He'll be fine, as we do see killed down bot. Crim's 4s, they even get a courier, which is Vans. Looks like tier 2 is going to be the next objective. Like, Dire have no vision. They've got they've got 1 apologies. They're going to take this fight. Shapeshift up, hunting Eris on the backline here. They'll even find Jamesy with the root. He gets shredded by the crits. Next target's going to be the Lion, who's trying to get himself underneath the tier 2 tower. Instead, frick it. We'll go for the Bristleback, who feels usually tanky, but a Spirit Vessel completely makes him useless. He's gone, dead on the decks. 40 seconds here. Team CR, they're going to be able to take their second tier 2 tower. We haven't even brought up, usually when I see a Storm Spirit, I highlight how the tier 1 neutral items are so good for these intel spamming heroes. You know, he's got Faded Brooch, he's got Mango Tree. They just enable the Storm so drastically, and I don't think... Jamesy? It's fine. I was going to say, I don't think they need to go high ground. Like, I think that's forcing the issue. We saw what happened last game about... He's fine. We saw what happened last game with the Ages walking up high ground. I think you definitely just try and take all the other objectives and Ages and then go up. Don't go up now before you get that big one. But they're just poking and prodding, trying to force some TP rotations back. Dire, they're going to smoke up. They need vision advantage, and yeah, they'll be able to get 1. How'd they have the vision on the high? Oh, so the sentry. What am I saying? Dude, I'm tripping out. For a second, I'm like, hang on, what? They're fine. They are all good indeed. Mushi as well. He's got Chainmail and Cloak. But Bod's about to fall. A bat should be able to take this. So just needs the perseverance until he's going to be able to finish up the Battle Fury. And I mean, this is just... I mean, Radiant is just going to force them back though. You see they ping out the high ground. I think that's Dire that pinged up. As soon as Radiant take the tier 2, they'll probably walk up and force Dire to just to TP back. It's going to be a nice chunk of gold. What has Van got, actually? He's still farming well. I mean, top of the net worth for Dire, but they're still 11,000 behind. And yeah, look at them getting situated. Like, Ben-Hur has Ages. They're not back right now, but Radiant don't really see them at the moment. And that's all they see inside the base. Van's still a tricky hero. Like, you don't really want to heavily commit onto a Bristleback on top of the tier 3 tower. Spirit Vessel still very important for this kill. They're going to move forward. Zip, roll off the mark, but down to half HP. Soulbind on the backline. Lycan's just... Yeah, look, oh, Finger of Death. That's a lot of damage. Ahaya's going to be careful. They actually don't give the ultimate over to the Storm Spirit. He's going to use the Bloodstone active, but they just bait Dire. VT Faded tears them apart. This Lycan. Oh my lord, it's an ultra kill. They drop the G's. This one's over. CR, they're going to be able to secure their first victory for the Cyber.bet. Very nice game from them. An 18-minute victory, faster than our game 1. That looked kind of decent. Like, they go on the bristle. You know, you still see, like, how... You